Alrighty, family. Alrighty, family. Happy Moon Day. Happy Moon Day. Yo, y'all play too much. Yo, y'all play too much. All right. Talking about Sis Johnson may have already be laying hands, hence the tardiness. Oh, my church, my congregation is full of them jokes, aren't they? Family, I hope everybody has had a blessed Moon Day, a fruitful, abundant, prosperous, positive, productive start to the new week. All right, guys. I had to be up at 4 a.m. this morning, y'all. Y'all know damn well I ain't get up at 4 a.m. last night. Couldn't do it. God said, arrest that vessel, young man. All right. I need to use you for the word. Go ahead and recharge. I'll make sure all your third dimensional physical reality responsibilities won't take the toll for it. You'll be all right. Okay? Sometimes you got to put your faith in God, y'all. That's how it goes. All right? All right, go ahead, take your seats. We're going to have to finish up tonight. Finish up where we started. Okay, one second, guys. Hold up. All right. Shout out to everybody in the building. Sister Chakra, Gitchy, ya, ta. Mocha latte from Dunkin' Donuts. All right, shout out to Sister Shaka Khan with a glory to start the service. Brother Darren Wells in the building, collection plates ready. Brother Deacon from the hip in the building. The time got pushed forward for the time got pushed forward for us for an hour, and Pastor still late. Gonna have Sister Johnson lay some hands to heal this CP time. Sister Johnson got some healing hands, y'all. All right, how you know that, Deacon from the hip? How you know Sister Johnson got some healing hands? All right. Sister Bell Poppy in the building. You know that's one of my favorite devoted congregational members right there. All right. Sister Ayla, that green dress. Shout out to Sister Ayla. First church support member right there. All right. Sister Tanya, Sister Taylor in the building. Shout out to my Scorpios. Happy birthday, Scorpios. Happy birthday, Scorpios. All right. God damn it. Shout out to Dej KK in the building. All right. Shout out to I Am the Walking Moon in the building. Summer rain. And then that's that shit right there, family. Shout out to Carl Thomas. What's that nigga sign? I ain't gonna lie. He got that. I'm emotional. I ain't gonna lie. A nigga been emotional listening to that before. Yeah. All right. That is a song, a water sign. That's a song, fuck a water sign. When your heart chakra fucked up, you could sink into that one right there. Just look. I'm emotional because I can't let go. I am trying to find. I'm trying to hold on. Boy, that song will put you into the fourth house. What is called time a zodiac sign, making us emotional like that. Summer rain. Shout out to you, Summer Rain. All right, Brother ER in the building. And I love the congregation, family. All right. Y'all love me, I love y'all. It's a mutual thing. Okay. All right. Sister Amber G, devoted sister. Sister Tamara, devoted sister. All right. Sister Natasha in the building. All right, guys. All right. All right. Sister Neoma, I see you. Sister Regulator. Scarred Owl, I don't even know if sister's gonna be your name in front of Scarred Owl. I think I'm gonna just call you the Regulator, sister. Scarred Owl ain't playing about the regulations and the protocol at church. Okay? Take your pamphlet. Sister Scarred Owl be walking through the aisles. Where's your Bible? Stop texting them hoes while pastor's giving the word. Tell her come to. Why she's not here with you? You wouldn't have to text her. She was here getting the word with you. This is Sister Scarred Owl regulating in them aisles. Niggas be texting they hoes in the middle of the word. See Sister Scarred Owl come down with the collection plate. Niggas put their shit back. Yeah. Glory be his name. Glory. Wait in the war. Nigga worship when they see Sister Scarred Owl. That's a devoted sister right there. All right. Sister Jack Raya said, just finished part 1. Okay, you trying to get aligned, sister. That's all that means. You looking for alignment, sister, and you gonna get what you're seeking. All right. Carl's a Gemini. Damn. That nigga probably don't even mean all that shit. Nigga don't mean none of that emotional shit. You don't mean none of that. Geminis just be so damn talented musically. These niggas Geminis write songs about shit they ain't never fucking experienced. Some of you got a Gemini family member, close friend, talented as hell, rap, sing. Their lyrical content is everybody else's life. You was not emotional, Carl Thomas. All right. So, shit. That's how that one plays out. I was just listening to Lay Your Body by him last weekend. The boy got some songs, sister. He got some songs. All right. Shout out to everybody. So how we feeling? Are we feeling okay, guys? Are we feeling good to start the week? All right. Were we able to get aligned with the sun in Scorpio, moon in Virgo energy, and take that form of intensity and direct it straight to our priorities, straight to our responsibilities, straight to things dealing with our regimen and schedule? Some of y'all found that strength today to say, no, I can't go to the bar and catch happy hour. No, I can't do it tonight. I got to hit the gym and I got to meal prep. All right? I got this, that, and the third to do, and I need to be in bed by 9:45. All right? So with this type of alignment, it's just easier to put your goddamn foot down on the things you know you need to in order to have some stability in our life. Scorpio gives that sense of, once again, concentration, fixed water. So everybody should be having somewhat of a fixed approach towards this early week on how we get things, put things in order, right? How we stabilize things to stay in the third. Okay, family? This is the week before a new moon week. So it's a beautiful energy to start this mug out with. All right, guys, lucky days. Once again, lucky days was my Scorpios, my goddamn Cancers. I said this was a super lucky start of the week for my Scorpios. So shit, Scorpios, if y'all in the building, you got some good news at work, you around motherfuckers getting good news, you like, God, I know I'm next. Y'all ever be in that vibe, y'all? Everybody got good news around you, like, you know what? Where's my blessing at, God? I've been going to work early. Niggas owe me money. I done gave money out. Niggas owe me. I've been staying strong during No Nut November. Where's my blessing? All right. God, you be giving blessings to some niggas that don't deserve them, mother flippers. Family, let's not act like that's how we don't. Let's be real now, family. Let's be real now, church. Let's act like we don't be telling God that. Like, God, that's not for my cousin. Don't deserve that goddamn new house. They don't work for shit in their motherfucking life. Why you let their credit be so good to get that house? All right? Gotta be like, motherfucker, good deeds ain't got nothing to do with good credit. Okay? fuck you want me to do about that? The nigga ain't got no debts. All right, he be fucking people over. You right. I got some shit. I got some karma for that nigga. Next transit. Don't think of that nigga's off the hook. But the nigga ain't got no debts. I can't do nothing about the credit part. All right, that nigga got Saturn. He know what he doing with Saturn energy down there. Yo, no good cousin with good credit. All right. Sister Steph in the building. Sister Scorpio Sun Goddess. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to my Scorpios once again. Okay. So hopefully my Scorpios ran into some good news. Okay. More of an expanded awareness developed possibly for you guys today, dealing with a certain passion or goal you have, or you could simply just feel like you've made a lot of progress in just having another productive day towards the things you already have in motion. All right, guys. Now, yeah, so lucky day, Scorpios, Cancers. All right, shout out to my Cancers. I hope y'all received some fruitful things today. And my Earth signs, my Virgos, my Capricorns, my Tauruses. I know it's been a little rough and bumpy ride. Okay, so hopefully you guys was able to start the week in the vibration you wanted to start the weekend. All right, that moon in Virgo is coming through for y'all. Like, all right, Earth sis, Earth bro. I know Scorpio been tearing y'all ass apart. I know that full moon lunar eclipse might have stripped some things from the Taurus. You know, Taurus don't want to be wanting to feel deep. Only thing Taurus want to feel is a goddamn facial. Is a manicure, pedicure like a mug. That's what they want to feel. All right. I don't want to feel no 8th house shit. But we all had to feel some 8th house shit and some intense shit recently. So Taurus, hopefully this moon in Virgo helped y'all to feel a bit more stable again into the week. Make y'all feel like y'all is who y'all is again. All right. All right. Venus, guys. Venus trine Pluto. Right. We were speaking about this a little bit last night. Guys, the Leo moon definitely took me somewhere else last night. I don't want to replay last night so much. You want to replay it, you can go look at the live stream. All right, but that goddamn moon in Leo energy could take you somewhere else when it's under the sun in Scorpio. All right. You got that type of alignment. Expression just leads into a dark abyss of nothingness. Okay. So I know we was talking about the horoscope transits and everything this upcoming week, but today that Venus Pluto trine got activated. Okay. So Venus dealing with our pleasures, our love language, what we're valuing, what we're actually being influenced to get in alignment with as far as what love matters and our values at the time, being in Virgo, about to get into Libra, started harmonizing with Pluto, that dealing with gaining power and control in your life. That is dealing with getting into the root foundations of things with our subconscious. Okay. That could be intense, damn near volatile. Pluto, I said damn near. Pluto is volatile. All right, you got a cousin, somebody in your family, they always goddamn fighting. Go look at their damn Pluto. Go look at their damn Pluto and their Mars. Them bitches is probably conjunct. Them bitches is probably in the same house, same sign. Them bitches is probably square. They probably aspected each other in some type of way. Mars and Pluto generation, these are some get into a lot of fights. Mars and Pluto in the 3rd house be fighting a lot. Right? Moon opposing or squaring Pluto or Mars can manifest a lot of situations where they got to deal with some type of motherfucking physicality or some force or some aggression to get some shit solved in this bitch. All right. Mars ruled moon signs. And those be the ones that be ready to whip people ass and don't really be trying to go there. The Aries moon, the Scorpio moon, whatever their sun is, may throw you the fuck off. Don't let that Virgo sun, that Pisces sun, that Gemini sun, don't let any of that shit throw you off. They are Aries, Scorpio moon. This motherfucker will obliterate you. They just don't like getting to that point. When they was younger, it used to be easy to get to that point. Motherfuckers used to see red, snap out and shit. This is really with a lot of the Mars placements, especially Mars in the 4th house, Mars in Cancer. These are some anger management having mother flippers. They'll tell you right now, yeah, hell yeah, I used to go upside niggas' heads and all that and forget. Wake up in the nurse's office in school. What happened? You whooped 3 niggas' asses in recess. One of the teachers had to knock you out. That's why you here now. Niggas gonna hold you back. Mr. Clark got to knock your ass out. Now that nigga got a case. Put his hands on students. That's why if the world was based off astrology, Mr. Clark probably wouldn't go to jail, because when they get to court, he's like, listen, this motherfucking Aries moon, Aries rising child, it was nothing else I could do, Your Honor. If I didn't blindside this little fourth grader, they was going to catch me slipping next. If the world was based off of astrology, the judge would let it, which should be a Libra, for real. If everything was based off of astrology, everybody's careers based off their alignments, like how it used to be back in the ancient civilization times, the motherfucking judges of Libra is like, you know what? I ain't gonna lie, I got an Aries moon child, brother. Now I'm not. Nigga start bonding in this bitch. I ain't gonna lie, brother. I got an Aries moon child too, brother. Sometimes you gotta blindside them. Sometimes you gotta blindside them. All right, aggressive children. So don't let that moon is don't let that shit fool you. Know their moon sign. Know their moon sign, family. Some people right now are into astrology and they're kind of perplexed, confused, misguided when it comes into how they're looking at their partner. It's like, okay, I know I heard sun signs and zodiac signs doing this, that, and the third. My partner is a Virgo or Pisces or whatever, but just get to the moon. Get to the moon. All right, you've been connecting long enough. You're past the flirtatious shit. You're past all the surface level shit. Get to the moon. Because eventually in our relationships, motherfuckers be hiding their moon like a mug in the beginning. You see straight sun rising. Niggas' moons don't come out until a little bit after. Once you start having that FaceTime conversation or whatever, when y'all link up, you have a conversation, y'all start getting into shit about each other's lives, what chapter of life a motherfuckers in, what aspirations they got, things in their past, anything but past. Now you get into real moon shit. Past shit I done experienced and stored emotionally, mentally. Yeah, that's all my moon memory. All right. So some motherfuckers is perplexed in their relationships because you so stuck up on their sun. You don't know, you're not studying the moon. Study the moon, homeboy. Okay, maybe you'll realize why the fuck she wants space. Yeah, I know she a Pisces, but she Aquarius moon. I know it get a little confusing at times, right? Affectionate, and then it's like sometimes it just turns it off. Affectionate, but want it on their own time, man. Lord have mercy, that alignment would confuse me. Pisces woman, Aquarius moon. You're not gonna be turning this affectionate shit on and off of me. Keep the shit on all the time. What the fuck, woman? All right. Get this Jupiter-Saturn combination shit you got together. Niggas told me you guys are hopeless romantics and y'all love. You cuddled with me 2 times this week. I'm a Libra. We like to cuddle. The fuck wrong with you? Pisces, Sun, Aquarius moon woman. Okay. So, yeah, some of y'all got a romantic ass sun sign. Yeah. An emotionally reserved moon sign. Some of y'all got the opposite. Some of y'all got emotionally invested moon and a sun that look like it don't give a fuck. All right. This is the most sensitive being in the world. This motherfucker, the one thing they want in the world is love and connection, but they sun, they rising. Niggas don't even want to approach them. Niggas look at them like, yeah, this motherfucker ain't fucking with nobody. I don't know, waste my time. Waste my motherfucking time approaching her ass the way she looking. Whole time she's waiting for a nigga to approach her, but her Scorpio rising, Capricorn sun is just fucking everything up. It's fucking everything up for the Pisces Virgo moon. For the Libra moon woman. This fuck that Pisces, that Scorpio rising, that Pluto in the first house. It's looking like as soon as a nigga come up to you, you're gonna be like, what? It's like, you know what? Have a good day, man. Cause I'm having a good day. You're not gonna mess my day up. You're not gonna mess my day up. That's what niggas gotta tell themselves after rejection. Niggas just get sour and bitter. Fellas, just don't let them mess your day up. That's all. All right, just keep it pushing. Don't know what she been through. You don't know what the fuck she's going through. Niggas be selfish as hell. Try to go get a girl number. She hit you with the what? Now you mad. You don't know what the fuck people be going through in the world. All right, you don't know what the fuck people be going through. Sometimes people just don't want to fucking talk to people. Don't be mad. That was her response. You should have mind your fucking business. All right. All right. So Venus trine Pluto. This gives everybody some access to gain some power and control over all situations related to Venus, whether it's love matters, things dealing with your finances. All right. There's something dealing with Venus you like or love, and your ass haven't been able to get some control of it. This is the alignment where you could access that encouragement. You could access that power. You could feel that in your step to conquer something that is pretty much conquering you in some type of shape or form. However, just Venus aspecting Pluto, guys, Pluto always deals with possession. So even though it's a harmonious trine, be careful not being too possessive over things dealing with love matters in your partnerships to start the week. Okay, because you'll take a harmonious alignment and now you're riding the negative frequency vibration of it, and that's hard to do. It's hard to do because regardless if two planets are squaring each other or opposing each other with friction, or they're harmonizing with each other in a sextile or a trine, all planets have different relationships, family. They all have different relationships. You know, some of y'all, there's some Aquariuses in here, probably got Sun conjunct Saturn. You're part of the Saturn Aquarius generation. You got Sun conjunct Saturn. There's some Scorpios in here, got Sun Moon conjunct Pluto. Okay. So you know, those are the more slow moving planets and whatnot. And you know, when we look at Pluto once again, it's just it doesn't matter if it's a conjunction this, that, and the third. Like now, if you have Mars next to Pluto, that's a whole different story. Even if Mars, you can have Mars and Pluto squaring or opposing each other, but they fuck with each other heavy. So even if they have friction with each other, you gotta look at it from that perspective. You might be somebody have Mars or Pluto squaring or opposing somebody in a chart, but this person may not even come off like they have that alignment at times. They may come off like they're so passionate. They may come off like they actually go about setting short-term goals for their long-term goals. Like they because these planets actually like each other. So even though they're at odds, when this person goes through situations in their life where these planets are clashing and creating issues, at least these planets have this familiarity to be able to connect with each other and figure the issue out, whether it's a square or opposition. All right. So that's just something to keep in mind there. But yes, Venus, trine, Pluto, guys, do your best not to be possessive over things dealing with love matters, not to dive too much into a strong desire bag with things over love matters, because that can bring transformation around this time. All right, you should take you got work tomorrow. You need to take your ass to sleep, but you about to drive 2 hours to see your sneaky link and try to wake up early to drive back to your spot and go to work. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna transform. Your car gonna break down. You're gonna be late to work, get fired. Don't do too much for your desires right now mixed with love. This is the alignment to get that in control. That is the alignment to get that in control. In general, with love matters, family, if somebody got you got me twisted, babe. Somebody got you twisted right now. Shout out to Keith Sweat. This alignment can get you stable, especially with it being in earth signs. All right, because now Venus is also Venus been influencing us to value more things dealing with reality. So when Pluto comes into it, a lot of people have put things with relationships, love matters, especially if they had friction or they're at odds with somebody that you're connecting to. It was a bit easier to put that on the back burner. Not saying just totally neglect it, but put it on the back burner and kind of focus on responsibilities, realities, getting you know, aligning with stability to start the week. All right, guys, try not to be too detached from that situation as well. Okay, but that's what we got going on with the transits to start the week. All right, and let's dive right into the signs that we left off with yesterday, guys. All right, let's dive into the signs we left off with yesterday. I believe we are picking it up with Scorpio, right? I got a new gig, guys. Got a new gig going on outside of church. That motherfucker require me to be up early. All right. And I love it because, you know, I have a lot of karma in this life dealing with reality and stability and time and shit. All right. So that I really like this because I've always desired to always be up at that around that time in general. So as far as live streams, I'm with at least by like next week, I'm gonna have a standard schedule of live stream times and days. All right. So whatever that's gonna be, I'm gonna make sure I announce that so we could get set with that. And it's not when is Boro going live, when is church service. Okay, not too many, no more of the randoms, even though y'all show up and show out for the random service. Sister Ebony in the building. That's another one of my church support members with that green tag. All right. Boy, you're a former athlete. You're supposed to be used to getting up at 4 a.m. Yeah, I know, but you know, honestly, after my athlete life, that chapter, those last years of my athlete life was very taxing that I couldn't wait to just get the fuck out of college and be a regular person. By the last 2 years of college, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. My body fucked up. My knees fucked up. My back fucked up. These young freshman niggas, I'm a 50-year senior on a basketball team looking at the young freshmen and shit. Like, look at these young whippersnappers. I can't hang with these niggas no more. I'm done after this year. Fuck it. All right. And now a nigga is here finding his real motherfucking self. All right. So yeah, but you know, life just been lifing, guys. Life been lifing. Saturn in the first house ain't no fucking game. It ain't no game. All right, guys, especially when it's square your sun. So this is the story of my life. All right. And on top of that, I'm a Cap rising Saturn rule my chart. So I have a fucked debilitated Saturn, but then it ruled my chart. So I have to be the one to be an example of having a good Saturn. This is like a nigga that has a fucking prosthetic leg and they have to be a fucking soccer Olympian. Bitch, I'm already fucked up in the game. All right. The other day, nigga kicked the ball, the shit hit my shit fell off. I had to snap my shit back on. How the fuck I'm supposed to be the soccer champion in this bitch? How am I supposed to be the example? All right. So that's what's going on, family. That's why we at church. Everybody need worship. That's why I praise. Last night, even though I didn't wake up at 4 a.m., when I woke up, I had to praise because I woke up late. You got to praise when you're early. You got to praise when you're late. All right. Okay. Some people say they church members. You're not real church members. All right. You're not devoted. I'm tired of hearing people say they're Christian. You're not a real Christian. You're not a real Christian. A real Christian, I don't need to ask them what their religion is or whatever. Because when I met them, how you doing, brother? Have you prayed today? Do you know anything about the word, brother? That real Christians praise. They worship, praise 24/7. All right. Me and my church members, when we get out this bitch, we represent this astrology shit outside of church. We them ones that work. All right. We are them ones. I was gonna park it on the side too. All right, good looking. Yeah, family. Okay. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. All right. Represent what you believe in everywhere. Okay. Now, guys, let's get into it. All right. Saturn in Pisces going direct. Okay. And we're starting with Scorpio. Shout out to my Scorpio sun risings in the building. Happy solar return, Scorpios. Okay. Where are we at? Where is Pisces at for my Scorpios? Is that the ninth house? Is that the ninth house? No, it's not. It's the fifth house. No, it's not. It's the fifth house. That's where Pisces is at for my Scorpios. All right. So first of all, Scorpios, this is a trine alignment for my sons, and this is a picking up fifth house vibrations. Okay, for my sons and my risings. And now this is the thing here, guys. All right. When we look at Saturn in the fifth house, remember this is not Saturn. Saturn don't bang with this house, guys. Very uncomfortable place for Saturn. All right, because This is the creative house. This is the lighthouse. This is the fun house. Saturn could give a damn about fun. Saturn's trying to build. Can we make money off the fun? Can we sell tickets for the bitch? All right, can we throw the party and sell tickets instead of just giving niggas our money every weekend and paying for the? Do you know how much money these niggas make on the liquor? Nigga, this Don Julio shot was a $1.20. Nigga, you know how much they making off this bottle? This is a real Saturn head ass nigga. Can't even fucking Saturn. This is why Saturn don't in the 5th house and Aquarius, Capricorn, Leo don't mess. This shit right here. Leo can't even enjoy himself at the bar with Saturn, Aquarius. Like, yo, bro, you know how much these niggas really making off these shots, bro? Fucking everything. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. I know I'm paying for it. Nigga, I paid for your shot, nigga. You didn't even pay for your shit. I paid for your shit. 200 cash on shots and you bitching. All right? Saturn, Capricorn. I'm just saying, bro, we could start our own shit right now. We could start out, look at all these hoes in here. We could start our own shit, have all the hoes sell. These niggas is making, we go get our liquor license. All right? Next day after all of that shit, Leo be like, all right, what's that shit you was talking about yesterday? What? I ain't gonna lie, niggas is making a lot of that vision button come on, and now Saturn and the sun could start fucking with each other. All right? But that's why they beef with each other sometimes, because Saturn is that sun 5th house energy, be all up into the light and shit. Saturn be trying to get stable about some shit. Now, let's take that to Saturn moving into your 5th house, Scorpio. Okay? Everything that, now, Scorpios, you have such a creative space. Like, I think Scorpios are one of the most underrated signs from a creative perspective. Where my burning bush at? I think Scorpios are already one of the most creative signs and is very underrated. And if we just look at their 5th house, which is arguably the most creative house in the zodiac, all right, it is the creative house. Shout out to brother ER. I feel you, bro. My ruling planet is debilitated Venus and Virgo, but we're gonna be all right. You know, glory, Pastor. I just want to praise. The other day, Pastor, my daughter had deliverance. She had a baby, and when the baby came out, I just snatched the baby from the doctor. They didn't even cut the umbilical cord yet, doctor, because before the baby even did anything, I just wanted to praise the baby. Pastor, they kicked me out the hospital, Pastor. But when I was outside, kicked out, and them cops was putting them handcuffs on me, I was still praising in the cuffs, Pastor, because my praise don't stop for no cuffs. Excuse me, family. Sometimes the ghost just comes and I have to give my testimony of my praises. All right. God, glory is his name. Glory is his name. All right. So that's the thing. Saturn get into that motherfucking, oh man, I can't even get into the service. Y'all's finna turn me up right now. Y'all's finna turn me Sister Bell Papillon with the Cash App donation. Sister, you know God gonna do something good for you, sister. You know God's gonna, this holy water right here. When I do this holy water. All right. Whenever we say somebody stand up for the church, and we know we're giving them some of that holy water spirit. All right, family. Shout out to you, Sister Dwani. All right. Devoted sister right there. So Scorpio Saturn comes into your 5th house, and we know what Saturn wants to do, right? It wants to build, it wants to structure. But in order to do that, sometimes it got to restrict some shit. Sometimes it got to break something down. Sometimes it got to get into destroyer mode first. All right. Saturn is a destroyer. Saturn is a destroyer. Get that. That was one of the first things we should have known with Saturn coming into that Pisces house. Saturn's coming into this house, that house. I know after these next 3 years, something gonna be torn down in this bitch. Let me not even fight it. Something's gonna be torn down. Sister Steph, I see the collection plates. I see the plates. All right. The plates let me know that you receiving the word. So Saturn comes in here, and I was like, okay, what do I have in here to use and build? I have creativity. I have creative aspirations. I have the things that's stored in this person's inner child memory. All right. I have the things that this person is entertained by. I have things, I have memory and experience that's collected from the things this person has done in their life from a creative perspective. All right. So Saturn comes in here, and this is why you start catching all these revelations, Scorpio sun risings, this year since Saturn been in here, on what things you have in the fifth house, what creative influences, experience, and memory you have that is a tool, and you may not have been looking at it as a tool. So since June 17th, since Saturn been retrograde, I need you guys to really understand what things may have been highlighted, what things may have been, I almost fucking ashed on myself, what things may, what my foot was about to be on fire, what things have been highlighted, all right, during June 17th, whether it's a person, place, thing, circumstance, that was basically trying to show you, like, yo, there's this creative substance here. Whether you're familiar with it, whether you're familiar with it, okay, or it's something that you haven't done yet, is new, okay. This is what Saturn has been doing in this area. Now let's turn it up a little bit notch. Let's say you guys are already in your creative bag. Let's say my Scorpio sun risings came into 2023. It already has some shit. I created this in 2022, boy. I created this in 2021. I've been on the stage displaying this to people, because remember, the fifth house is dealing with attention and being seen on the stage. All right, so everybody in their life gonna have to learn to deal with some attention energy and how that feels, and the feedback and the reception, the receptiveness towards your expression. Everybody's gonna have to deal with that at some point in their life. And let's say you came into this year already with things in motion, something you've birthed and created already, Scorpio sun rising. When Saturn gets in here, now when it was retrograde, everything that plays out as some sort of self, something you're doing that's really blocking how you're building process here, right? Something, whether you're dealing with the branding and managing aspect to your creative endeavor, something dealing with your time management behind it, all of these different things. If there's other things you've been giving time to in a frivolous manner, and is unmeaningful, these are situations that either blew up, got extreme, and it kind of played out as a situation like, damn, if I was just putting time into the things I'm creating, this and the third, and really just crafting my skill, honing all the experiences that come with me being seen for this creative thing, this, that, and the third, or how I navigate gaining attention for this business brand, a creative endeavor, that I'm into. If I was just locked in on that, I wouldn't be dealing with all this extra bullshit from other houses. Okay. And the houses that are going to be the ops are the 11th house, the 8th house, and your second house. Okay, so Scorpio sun risings first. Let's start with the 11th house. You have Virgo here. So when it comes into certain communities, groups that you're a part of, they may likely have a lot of information, a lot of Mercury to give you to help excel things you're dealing from a creative space. A lot of Scorpio sun risings right now, Saturn came into your fifth house and started influencing you to get more practical and, more strategical about something you're doing from a creative perspective. And Virgo in the 11th house can actually provide, spaces where people you're not even familiar with is offering some type of information, or you're gaining an understanding of how to apply yourself in the 11th house with something that you're creating, seeing what type of spaces receive the thing that you're branding, pushing out, dealing with your expression, or collaborative spaces. But the thing is, because Virgo is more so very practical, and it ain't really with that Pisces just jump and don't care about where you land in type energy. You have to be very conscious right now, Scorpio sun rising, how the people you associate yourself keep you from jumping right now, how the people you associate yourself keep you from taking some sort of risk, and I don't want to really use the word risk, but I'm using it within just to paint a picture with the comparison between Pisces and Virgo energy. All right, you could be in a space right now where the people you surround yourself with, they don't want to take risks, they don't want to jump or take leaps of faith for something that they trying to build. But once again, I want to use the word risk, because Saturn in that fifth house ain't nothing a goddamn risk. When you put your time into something, you will be rewarded. I don't know nobody in earth, nobody personally, I'd never seen an example with somebody telling me they put they blood, sweat, and tears in something, and they time and they ain't yield no result of something. Maybe not the exact desired result you wanted, but no result, nothing significant. Nah, God don't work like that. If God worked like that, then we'd be fucked. It wouldn't make sense for spirituality and all of that. It wouldn't make sense. That at that point we have to just give it up to the third dimension and the physical reality and say, you know what? The powers that be, y'all got it. Y'all cheating down here. Y'all cheating. Y'all got all these bitch ass laws and y'all trying to make us live backwards, upside down, and take our powers away, this and the third. And then when I put time into something, that shit don't yield no result, no nothing. That wouldn't be fair, guys. All right. So with Saturn in the fifth house, you got to make sure Scorpio sunrise when it comes to the people you're associating yourself with, when it comes to something that you're building and you're personally willing to take the risk to create something or go through the process or the sacrifices for something you see from a creative perspective. But then you got to be careful of you kind of picking up the vibration from other motherfuckers that don't want to do that in their own motherfucking life, and make sure that shit don't become contagious. Okay, that's where you got to get that Saturn to play some boundaries in that motherfucker right there. Okay, so we got that going on. Then when we jump into your eighth house, what do we have here? Sag, Pisces, no, Gemini. We have Gemini here. Okay, so Scorpio sun risings, there's been a lot of things when you have Gemini in the eighth house. You're gonna a lot of your spiritual baggage is obviously gonna be relationship things, but it's not just about relationship and getting your heart broke or whatever. No, the Mercury part of relationships that gets very deep for the Scorpio sun rising, aka how people think about them, how people critique the Scorpio sun rising, that gets so deep with Gemini in the eighth house. And this is something some Scorpio sunrises may not even realize about themselves. Some Scorpio sunrises may not even realize the reason that I'm being so reluctant or hesitant to do this thing that I feel passionate about is actually because of other people's Mercuries, how they critique me, how they see me. All right. I don't really want to deal with that transformation. I don't want to deal with the transformation of my self-identity, me having to explain my new self-identity, me explain this new shit that I'm on, this, that, and that. I don't want to go through all that shit. So I need my Scorpio sunrise to be careful of that. And also, obviously, being aware about how your relationship activity, has created transformation, having Gemini here. But the type of relationship activity that could cause transformation with Gemini here is the situations where you was in your super third house bag. You were being too relatable without discernment. You were being too relatable. You wasn't allowing yourself to analyze how your mentality, your frequency vibration is different from your peers in some type of shape or form. Gemini energy rules peers of your age, right? Your cousins, your siblings, right? People you grew up with, right? A motherfucker's in a gang, his gang members, those his third house motherfucking friends. Okay. So you may be at a stage of your life right now where you're learning how to conquer any ideas, patterns that were developed from these spaces, and make sure that doesn't deter you from what Saturn's trying to help you, sustain as far as that process and building something from a creative perspective, guys. And then when we go to your third house, Sagittarius. No. Scorpio in the first, Sagittarius will be in the second. So, I'm bugging out. I'm bugging the second house. I'm bugging out. I keep saying Gemini. I'm thinking third house energy in my head. It's not the third house, bro. It's the second house. So, Sagittarius in the second house, Scorpio sun risings. What happens here is, see, that's the thing. The second house deals with our value system, what we feel like we have. And I'm at fault of this too. I feel like I used to be at fault. I at least feel like I got over this one, which is just one hurdle with one placement. But when you have very free-spirited energies, very open-minded energies in your second house, now when it comes into your values and what you feel like you could connect to the world, you could be a little bit too floaty. You may feel like you could do too many things. You may have way too much of an expanded outlook on what you feel like you could build or use to build stability, security in your life in the second house. When you have what's the name, like a Jupiter sign. Like I got Pisces in my second house, right? So you have that Jupiter like influence. Sometimes it's too out there, it's too expanded, and it lacks concentration, it lacks being pinpointed. So when you have Sagittarius in the second house, Scorpio sun rises, it comes a time where you got to get a bit more intentional about what you have experience with, or what exactly you're gonna jump into the vibration of being seen for, expressing to the world of what you know. All right. But in a pinpointed fashion, no. All right, Sagittarius is mutable, so sometimes it could. This is a fixed house. This is a fixed house. At some point, when you're trying to make money for something, like you gotta stabilize. You can't be jumping all here, there. All right, go look at Taurus. They get concentrated and stable exactly in what they build in because they're not trying to disrupt that process. They know how to nurture that process. So I believe for my Scorpio sun rising with Saturn in the fifth house, and you got that square with Sagittarius in the second. It's challenging Sagittarius in this area to be able to be more stable about how it's utilizing its creativity fire or its experience here in some type of shape or form and its ability to connect because Jupiter can connect. Sagittarius is mutable. All the mutable signs connect. All the mutable signs are all relatable. All of them. The most least relatable mutable sign is relatable. It's probably just, is Virgo. You got Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo. These are all fucking social ass signs. Like I said, Virgo exterior is extroverted. They're not really extroverted though. they're have the rule by Mercury. There's only but so much extrovertedness with that energy. You're gonna push a thought out. You're gonna talk. You're gonna give your opinion. You're gonna say, I don't know why the fuck she would wear them shoes with that skirt. Virgo woman, Virgo sun rising woman. Eh, that is that Virgo friend in the group chat. That is that Virgo friend in the group. Am I lying? I'm not in the group chat, but I know your Virgo friend texting at 10:15 on a Monday night. Girl, why is Jocelyn wearing that dress? Y'all all watching Love and Hip Hop. She gonna why is Jocelyn wearing that dress? She's always sit your critical ass down, okay? But they good stylists and good dresses though. So Virgos, they are top 3, top 5 best dressed. Mercury know how to put it together. Very uniform. Like they know how to flex some shit. Virgos know how to go in a thrift shop and get crazy. Okay. So that's what we got going on for my Scorpio sunrise. Since June 17th, Saturn, everything that's playing out as some form of a blockage, especially if you're doing it to yourself, you're blocking your own potential with something dealing with a creative endeavor in the fifth house. And the thing about Pisces in the fifth house with Scorpio sun rises is water. Here we go with the water in the fire houses. These people get intentional. Water risings, they get intentional about anything dealing with expression. They shock themselves with how much of an impact they can have connecting a message, an ideology, their art, their music, their experience, their knowledge, right? Motherfuckers writing letters to the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces rising. Oh my God, this is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, Pisces rising, head ass. No, was he Pisces rising? Yeah, Pisces rising. Oh, this is, human nature changed my life, Mike. All right. I named my motherfucking kids after you. And the motherfucking middle name is Human Nature. Mike Human Nature Jacobson. All right. So the water risers could connect out them expression houses, man. Okay, and I think Scorpio sun risings, you guys are starting to realize this more and more because Saturn is trying to get you to. Saturn is dealing with branding and advertising, trying to get you to know if we could brand and advertise this creative attribute, this thing you do that heals your inner child, this little thing you be doing, like you could teach other people how to do this, make money off of this, and the third. I know you just play the piano for your own, but you ever thought about giving lessons and playing covers and whatnot? We need some bread right now, and right now you need to get stable. You be crying about getting stable. Let's go give some piano lessons out this mug. So, some people are jumping into bags where they're learning how to monetize something dealing with a creative talent or a skill. And Scorpio sun rises, you not to play with that. Don't play with that. Now, another thing here, last thing I'm going to say about my Scorpio sun rising, Saturn's in your fifth house. Understand the thing that you're building here, there's 8, 9 out of 10 times chance it may have to deal with you jumping into an expression bag and putting some face on it. So maybe something you're very experienced with, but this idea you have, it takes for you to brand it. It takes for you to be the face. It takes for you to express. It takes you got to be a little bit more proactive with being seen. That's part of the vulnerability that's is you're gonna have to deal with to an extent here, depending on what you may be building. All right. So shout out to my Scorpio sun risings, Sagittarius sun rising. And another thing, hold on, there's another thing because this is a trine. It's a trine. It's harmonizing with Scorpio. So um it's harmonizing with you, Scorpio. So when we talk about water energy and you being fixed water, your first house can hold a lot of weight. You be treating your first house like it's the eighth house sometimes. You gotta relax. Move your first house baggage to your eighth house, please, and with Gemini over there. AKA you hold a lot of intensity with things that don't go your way in the first house. Saturn is here to help you conquer those things. A lot of the things you're birthing in your fifth house or things dealing with creative endeavors and you dealing with attention in your life while Saturn is here, you're gonna have to conquer past experiences in your life where how you were seen, right? Or the time you dealt with light attention in your first house, which you're not that fond of like that, depending on your sun and moon and other alignments. Well, your moon and other alignments. I'm talking about my Scorpio sun risings. This may be a period of your life where you have to learn to conquer that time where expression didn't go your way. It was uncomfortable or any insecurities around it, right? So you could see some you just like I don't want y'all to neglect yourself of the experience or the experimentation or the exploration of your fifth house, and Saturn wants you to go about it in the most strategical way. Okay, but best believe anything that you are participating in or that you are attracting and you're allowing yourself to participate in that is not in support of what you can build in the fifth house that can bring some stability in your life, and how you could look at the fifth how you could look at fifth house properties in your life as something that could bring stability and security in your life. That's very important. This transit also can make a lot of y'all realize that the fifth house is a priority, and all the houses are priorities. If it wasn't a priority, that's why it's not a house. Okay, that's why it's 12 of them. All the motherfuckers is important. Okay, so as somebody with a lot of Saturn energy, my damn self, I've had a lot of people come into my life with a lot of sun energy or just, expressive energy, outgoing energy, and they've had to lifen me up a little bit and make me realize I'll be putting my fifth house on the back burner. Okay, so I think Saturn is also helping you guys understand that as well. Thought the uni was talking to me, but nah, I just gotta be seen. There you go. There you go. It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad, guys. I used to joke about when I first got on YouTube. I had to delete some videos on my YouTube a couple of years. Like I was already had my YouTube up a couple of years. This probably might have been like early last year or some shit. And I just went back to my old videos and whatnot. I'm watching some old videos. I'm talking some flat out bullshit. All right, y'all. I'm talking about Virgos. Now they rule by Mars. So they passionate as hell. Okay. And they also a water sign. All right. So Virgos is hella emotional and passionate. Okay. Um, they the second sign. All right. So sometimes they like to be second in line. Like they don't like to do things first. They just secondary like a mug. Like, what am I talking about up there? All right. But so I had my little woes or whatnot, my uncomfortable influences that I had to deal with, dealing with attention, energy, being seen. I open up to y'all all the time about how, my personal identity was something else before I started doing this, so it affected how people looked at me, my personal life, and where I'm from. So I imagine, for all of us in different spaces, when we have a fifth house endeavor or something, a 10th house endeavor, something that is gonna create a different outlook on our self identity. Those are not the easiest transitions or chapters to jump into in life, but you got to go to sleep remembering that is your life. All right, I think that's the best thing to affirm or reaffirm, so those insecurities or those thoughts about how people look at you don't get to you, or those insecurities about being seen. All right, we all powerful in here, so let your power be seen. All right, that's what we got going on. My Scorpio sun rising, Sagittarius sun risings, we got Saturn in the fourth. We got Saturn in the fourth house, Sagittarius sun rising. Okay, now look, this is another house. These are the two houses. These are the houses Saturn don't like to be in. All right, it's home in the 10th, 11th, and it's like to hell in the 5th and 4th. To hell. Okay, why does Saturn not like the 4th house? Because everybody emotional here. Everybody emotional. Imagine Saturn walking into a house Well, as soon as they walk in, motherfuckers in the living room crying about some shit. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna catch up with you niggas later. I can't even ask y'all how to make money. Y'all in y'all fields. Go upstairs. Sister on the phone crying with her boyfriend. She's like, okay, I can't even fuck with Venus. Venus and her bullshit crying in this bitch over some nigga. I can't even ask her how I could use her values to build some shit. Let me go over here. Mars emotional as hell about something, about to whoop somebody's ass, but crying. No, that's that angry Aries shit. Aries start crying, evacuate, get out, leave quick. Nigga crying. That Aries cry. Oh, this nigga's ready to catch a case when they cry. That and that motherfucker just they finna go upside somebody. You got to get the fuck up out of there. Cancer too. When Cancer do that shit, if Cancer start crying or eyes get watery when they mad and shit, you gotta get the fuck up out of there. You don't got that much time. You don't got that much time, for real. All right. So motherfucker Saturn getting there, Mars in the fucking. All right, nigga. All right, I'm pulling up right now. I'm pulling up right now, nigga. Got my Glock on me and everything. It's gonna be a shootout in broad daylight. Saturn is like, you know what? I can't even. This nigga too emotional right now. I can't even use this nigga passion to lock in on some shit. Everybody emotional as hell in this bitch. What am I supposed to use to build? All right. I might have to sell some plates or something. That's the only good thing I done seen in this bitch I can use so far. Cancer making some shit in the kitchen. I'm not gonna lie. But she's stubborn as hell and not letting nobody touch the food. She's only cardinal water, like she's leading that kitchen. Like niggas, you can't just who you think, what are you doing, boy? Did anybody serve you that plate? Hitting you with shit like so so yeah, Saturn gets in here, and the only thing is like, damn, I gotta sell plates. Okay, but you know, Saturn comes into the fourth house and it wants to bring some stability. Okay, and because it's the fourth house, this is a time where Sagittarius sun risings, you're in a period of your life where you're realizing, you know, what the fuck makes you sick and tired of not feeling stable at times, right? Okay. Now, Sagittarius sun rising, you one of the squares to this energy. You one of the squares. So being the square sign is always gonna have a huge. It's gonna hit the cardinal houses. All right, which are the most important houses. Shout out to brother ER with another collection plate. All right, another collection plate. I relate to that so much. Got ostracized by my Christian community family, but I have to go with the truth. That's why I'm here, man. I heard you have the same story, but this is the real church for real. Yes, yes, my brother. Yes, my brother. All right. I went through some things in the name of spirituality, but I was just too rebellious. That was my problem when I was younger. Okay. As y'all could, I'm a listen. Uranus on the ascendant, Neptune on the ascendant is all on my moon. So my reactions could be pretty chaotic and intense, as you guys can see, about things I really care about. All right. I used to be beefing with. I used to be in fourth, fifth grade. Jesus ain't real, but I swear to God, no, that nigga ain't real. So I was on that rebellious time at a young age, and that's just too much, whether you believe in some shit or not. It's like, nigga, go to fucking school, little bitch. I'm serving this little, you got to really think about that shit. Like, as I'm older, I be laughing in my head, this little bitch ass demon of a child telling me Jesus not real. Bitch, Jesus is the reason I'm able to put clothes on your fucking back and you got a roof in your head and you ain't missing no fucking meals today. So I can only imagine how my mom was looking at me back then. Little ungrateful bitch. Talking about my lord in this house like that. I'm surprised I ain't get kicked out of none of that shit. Okay. So yeah, I done been there, done that when it comes to all of that. I done connected with too much people in church that gave me their stories about how spirituality caused division, you know, with their fourth house. All right. But this is what we signed up for, guys. This is what we signed up for. All right. I was at Jesus' head early. I was at Jesus' head. So Sagittarius sun rising, Saturn comes in here and wants to bring stability. So this is what happens here, Sagittarius sun rising. And this is a funny one because when we talk about what you may be participating in, Sagittarius, that's causing instability in your life in some type of shape or form, because you love to explore, you love to experience. All right, I know you're very social. That is your personality. That is who you are. Okay. So when Saturn gets into your fourth, this is a period of your life where you're learning why the home, why your mental and emotional well-being should always be treated as a responsibility and a priority. So all the things that you're participating into in the first and seventh and 10th house and the other cardinal houses are like direct areas that can reflect your emotional and mental well-being. So how you go about things dealing with your personal aspirations in your life, things dealing with your partnerships and your 10th house aspirations are directly reflecting, the reality of why you feel the way you feel in your fourth house at times, right? You feel unfulfilled in the fourth house. Saturn being here may be putting on your first house and reminding you, like, hey, Sagittarius sun risings, look, all these things that are on the back burner when it comes to what you're experiencing, when it comes to things you want to experience and explore. Or look at all the things you're participating in, you're trying to uphold, you're trying to be you're trying to display your flexibility to the utmost maximum level. Let's cut it down a little bit. We participating in too many things. How can we ever get stability in our own home if we're so active in everybody else's own home and first house and personal life in some type of shape or form? And it all may be for the greater good. But Saturn don't like that energy. Saturn don't like that frantic, be all over the place, spontaneous. That Saturn can't get with that energy. Saturn is, you can't tell. Some of y'all got some Capricorn Aquarius friends. You know damn well you cannot call them 20 minutes. Like, yo, get ready, let's go. Like, you know damn well that ain't rocking. Like, you ain't asking me if I have work tomorrow, anything. You ain't giving me a heads up. You ain't give me a heads up. You ain't tell me the night before. What this look? I got some priority responsibility. I got kids to put to bed. What's wrong with you? I'm a parent. Okay. So but Sagittarius friend. All right, girl. Hold on. I'm about to put this baby. Oh, hurry up. This baby like to eat. Hurry up. All right, I'm about to put this baby down, girl. Let me get this last breastfeed in. After the breastfeed, this baby be out cold. This is gonna take about 5 minutes tops. All right. The little baby sleep, the big baby sleep upstairs. All right. So I'm gonna be out of here in a few, girl. Sagittarius mom know how to keep her life. Motherhood ain't gonna put my shit down. All the men in the house is taken care of. Everybody good. Let's go to this function. Okay. Shit. But all jokes aside, family, what's going on, K Jones? Okay, Saturn get into that fourth house. Sagittarius sun rising, you might start realizing, like, this is why sometimes I feel unstable I feel emotionally, mentally unstable. I participate with too much things in my personal life. I'm participating with too much. And then in my seventh house, I got Gemini there. Somebody always want me, my mind, my participation for something there too. So I got so much social energy, so much explorational energy going between my personal life and my seventh house. So much people in and out, crisscrossing first house, seventh house. So that alone can take a lot of time, that could take a lot of time away from the time that could be devoted from things that you want to build and stabilize in general, and how you are, taking away time from you honing in on the process of you understanding how insignificant your fourth house is in general. You may have realized this year, Sagittarius sun rising, there's more responsibilities in the home environment. Probably people in your family depend on you a bit more. Saturn gets in here, maybe somebody that was supportive of you in the home environment, somebody that was close to you, that was supportive of you, whether it's a family member, you might have had that resource cut off. A lot of Sagittarius sun risers went through that, right? You just got fresh out of college or some shit, then got your own job, everything. Your pops is like, all right, honey, you just turned 22, you just turned 23, got your own job, I helped you with your own car, paid for school. Get your ass on. Did my job. You turned out lovely. Welcome to life. Welcome to life. You got 6 more years till the bitch turns up a notch when Saturn get in your shit. So get with it now. So this is the type of shit Sagittarius sun risers may have ran into. It's like, damn, my support system from the home environment got cut off. My resources, my home sponsor ain't fucking with me no more. My mom, dad told me they could only pay for this much tuition. I had to pick up 2 jobs to get my shit together for school. So you might have seen responsibility enhanced among the home environment, whether your dependence on them got cut off, or they're needing to depend on you in some type of shape or form. So you see how things could get chaotic if you're already developing responsibilities in that area when you already have a responsibility to take care of your own mental, emotional well-being. All right, Sagittarius sun rising. Now, one thing I want y'all to be careful of during this period of y'all lives is making sure you're not turning a cold shoulder to every experience that impacts your 4th house. This is very easy to do. This is coming from a Capricorn moon. So the elements that you're experiencing in this stage of your life, like, this is my life. All right. Somebody with Libra risings understand this energy. They got Capricorn in the 4th house. Scorpio risings understand this energy. They got Aquarius in the 4th house. Saturn in the 4th house. Natives understand this. They understand how sometimes when it comes into situations, maybe they lost a loved one, maybe it was a heartbreak, maybe it was a huge fight with a family member, maybe it was a situation in the home environment, whatever situation that impacted them emotionally, they could turn a cold shoulder to it, and they could be overly and that could be their mechanism of blanking out something that is in the 4th house. And Saturn has the power to do that, and it's not always a healthy thing. It could be healthy and maybe temporarily. Maybe you're trying to get yourself to deal with reality, and you're trying to block out something that's emotionally impacting you, so you could be straight at work, you could be straight at this event with your family, right? Maybe it's good in those spaces. But when we talk about long term, when we talk about healing, when we talk about your emotional the stability of your emotional well-being, we know that's not healthy, right? So that is something Saturn can do in this space. So I just want y'all to make sure since June 17th, since Saturn been retrograde, have you been running from anything? Maybe something you've been connected to, a partnership, something you feel deeply about, and because it's not going in your favor, maybe it's something you have to become more time invested in. It's more of a responsibility, it's more work, whatever it may be. You have to make sure you highlight that if you're running from that, right? Because that's just going to keep the 4th house more unstable, aka more uncomfortable. Okay. So obviously we know we got to get the 1st, 7th house. That's always something that got to get stable, being Sagittarius rising. Look how much activity you got in your 1st house, which is full of experiences, Jupiter ruled. And in your partnership house has Gemini in there. So even when it comes into mating for you guys, a lot of the time it's hard, because it's like you make so many friends that is like you may confuse, like, damn, should this person be a friend or should this person be a friend? I don't even know. I don't even really know. All right. Start fucking up your judgment a little bit and shit. All right. You may deal with you got Gemini in 7th house. You may deal with so much relationship experience to the point, I ain't calling y'all hoes. All right. Don't hear what I'm about to say and think I'm calling y'all hoes. Y'all could just deal with so much interaction in the world, meeting so much different people in the world, right? You don't even have to be that sexually experienced, but that could just keep a high standard for who you lock into something with, commit to something with. But Gemini can be fickle. Gemini is very open. So when it just comes into making concrete decisions about mates, that's just a hard thing to do. So many options, so many experiences, so many things you want to experience, and so many thoughts around these things. So getting to a stable space helps you make better decisions in your relationship life. And I think that's what Saturn is helping do for y'all in the fourth house, because it's making how you feel before how other people feel more of a priority. That may be something else that y'all started realizing around this time. Your fourth house be upside down because you don't make the fourth house a responsibility as far as how you feel, and you subconsciously cater to some of the feelings and thoughts of people in your first seventh house axis, because your whole life you so used to being mediator, a part of something, participating in something with other people, needing to be the life of the party, needing to be around, right? People pulling on your energy, this that. So you get into such that back and forth on your first seventh house. Sometimes it may take a transit like this for you to understand that in the fourth. Okay. And then in the 10th house, we have the Sagittarius, Virgo. Sagittarius sun risings. I know that Virgo energy, that 6th house energy. I'll be like, come on, I don't want to hear about this. I ain't trying to. I don't like working. I do not like working. Life is an experience. Ain't this a bitch? I came down here to experience. These niggas told me I had to clock in. I don't remember that part of the contract, my nigga. Deadass. I'm not lying to you, bro. I'm serious. I don't remember that part of the contract. I remember come down, create. I remember there was these two hoes I was gonna have a soul tie with. I remember that. They told me that. I met one of their toxic asses already. Can't wait till the other one get here. I'm a Sag. I love me some toxicity. So I remember all that other shit. They say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be on some spiritual shit. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm gonna have to teach it though, right? I'm gonna have to express and be seen for it. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, they told me all that shit. That work shit, that Virgo shit. They missed me with that one. I'll be like, I know they ain't tell your ass that shit because you probably would have came down, motherfucker. Your ass probably would have been like, you know what, God? Is there any other dimensions and is there any other solar systems that got any seats reserved for a real nigga like me? Niggas just told me about this work vibration down there. Yeah, they told me about some shit where you got to sit down at this shit for like damn near the whole day, and that shit take away from shit you trying to create an experience. What's the hope? And that's what I was thinking. What's the whole point of going down, right? What's the fuck is the whole point? You took the words right out of my mouth. This is Sagittarius outside their body talking to another spirit. Like, yeah, nigga, I just got out that shit. Another Pisces spirit. So that's why we ain't tell you that shit, Sagittarius. Okay, my guides just confirmed it's okay. I'll let you know that shit. All right, you wasn't supposed to know. Okay, all the other important shit you got to do, you would have fucked that shit up because you would have bailed the fuck out once you found out about Virgo in the 6th house. So, in this chapter of your life, right now with Virgo in your 10th house, you gotta understand Sagittarius sun rising. You have to be able to point if Saturn in your 4th house, all the things that you may experience that brings unfulfillment, does that have to do with the lack of planning and detail to your 10th house and things you trying to birth and create and develop here? Because it could surely manifest like that, right? This 10th house could play out a portal like that. The responsibility, Virgo, the responsibility and work can get so intense here that it's basically developing in that way to bring friction to your 4th house for Saturn to feel like, okay, look what happens when we don't take care of our responsibility. The house that I like, that I'm home in, the house of responsibility gets on our ass. Reality for real. The 10th house for real. What are you doing in the world for real? What the fuck is your career? This shit gets on our ass. So if we can't take care of the home, we could barely take care of what's going on in the 10th house. So since Saturn been retrograde, once again, since Saturn been retrograde since June 17th, Sagittarius sun rises. What person, place, or thing, situation are you connecting to or participating with through that first 7th house axis that's bringing a sense of instability and unfulfillment to your 4th house, or basically taking away time from you supporting and dealing with priorities, responsibilities that make you feel more whole, more full, more stable? Okay. And then has there been a lack of detail and attention and regiment towards 10th house things? Because that lack of energy there just could pour out into unfulfillment in your 4th right now and kind of make things with Saturn more intense. Okay. So I know with this placement, it's very likely the reality is there could be things dealing with resistance and disconnection in the home environment. You know, this may be a time in your life where you learning how to deal with reality may have to be learned without a support system that you're familiar with. Okay. So the easier you can learn that, the easier you can embrace certain lessons if you're dealing with things like that around this time. Um you may have a lot of habits. I don't want to say a lot, but you may have some certain habits in this area that once again, you're sick and tired of it, right? But you know it's a habit you have. You know it's a habit you indulge into in your fourth house in your home. No, can't nobody tell you what to do in your own home. But since Saturn been retrograde, all different type of things may have manifested with this habit to the point it's like, God damn, this is why I feel unfulfilled in my own home. This own habit I'm letting be comfortable in this area is the very thing I need to be detaching and destroying and bulldozing. So while it's been retrograde, whatever that may have been, whatever the fuck that is, it may have got intense, transformed, or just, you know, developed huge signs and signals as to why you shouldn't be participating in that. Okay. So Sagittarius sun risings. I love y'all energy because a motherfucker could have just died and y'all walk in the room and just find a way through the word of God to uplift some spirits in that mug, right? Really magical beings. But I think one of the most important things here is making sacrifices to devote time to your own well-being, because I know with y'all chakras it's hard not to participate into things out in the world, especially being a mutable sign. So part of your psyche feels like you're called to be the help in which you are, in which you are. But when we talk about the fourth house, that's your privacy. That's your heart chakra. That's your well-being. So you got a very karmic energy in there, and it's dealing with responsibility and time. So retrograde season could have this retrograde period could have really just been pointing out a whole bunch of things where it's like, yo, you can't even really say you attracting a whole bunch of shit from different places. Like you just neglecting yourself of, you know, your own time or your own ability to digest all these Jupiter ass experiences you have. And that's what happens here. The last thing I'm gonna say, I move on to Capricorn. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. You're Jupiter ruled, but you're the fire side of it, so you're on the push out end. And the difference between you and Pisces is Pisces need to push out and be more proactive in jumping into the experiences at times, and also expressing what they've learned from their experiences more than you. What you have to learn from Pisces is how to digest your Jupiter, Sag. You go through too many things, and sometimes it takes you too long to actually sit down and be like, okay, what did everything I just went through this past 30 days mean? What did this situation mean? Like, it's like, yeah, I go through episode, next episode, next episode, next episode, and then motherfucker might not reflect on some shit until the season end. It's like, hey, goddamn, I didn't even recap episode one after that finished. Recap episode, you just episode two, episode is a marathon with y'all ass. All right. It's a good old BET marathon too. Y'all remember them good old BET marathons when we was younger? All right. This is before social media days and everything. You had to wait for the TV to put some fire shit on. This is a marathon. It's a Martin marathon on BET. BET, we lit today on this Saturday morning. BET, fifth grade, fourth grade, we lit. Stop playing. Degrassi Marathon, MTV, sixth grade, Saturday morning. Stop playing. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. I ain't gonna go outside and get trouble. Degrassi on. All right. What was Drake naming that bitch? I hate rappers so much, yeah. I'm sorry. Let me just get in my hater bag with my Scorpio hater bag real quick. I hate rappers. Rappers be capping, y'all. Rappers be lying. This nigga is literally an actor. Who the fuck is Champagne Poppy? Nigga, you was in Degrassi. Hairline was crooked as hell. No swag. You had the Lionel Richie afro. That nothing was swaggy about that afro Drake had in Degrassi. Okay, nigga ain't have no taper. Nigga ain't sponge that shit. No conditioner in that bitch. This nigga had an Earth, Wind, and Fire afro. And go look. Hold on, cause y'all think Because this nigga had an earth, wind, and fire afro. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on, because niggas gonna say I'm capping. Niggas gonna say I'm capping. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is that? That's the lead singer from Earth, Wind, and Fire. In September. September. That is not no fucking. Who the fuck is that? Afro stale as hell. Get that, man. This nigga got a caucus afro. Neanderthal. If a Neanderthal could grow afro, how this shit look. Get your, and now he use champagne poppy. You see how these niggas be in the entertainment world? You see how they morph these niggas? You see what the fuck? These rappers be different niggas. These niggas be capping, y'all. Okay? I don't want to hear that he a Libra. I don't want to hear the Scorpio shit or that. The nigga a Libra Scorpio cusp. I don't want to hear the nigga be transforming this shit. Let the transformation make sense. All right, I know. This is my energy. I get it. That's not, no. He's capping. You can see who I was before astrology. The shit makes sense. It don't look like two different niggas. It don't look like two different niggas. It's the same nigga on two different timing. This two different niggas. I'm telling you, that's the nigga from who the lead singer of Earth, Wind, and Fire, or the OJs, or the Temps. They all had froze like that. Niggas be lying. These rappers be capping. Who the fuck is Champagne Poppy? I was watching that nigga Saturday morning marathons. Capping ass rappers. That's what rappers do. They cap. I heard Charleston White say that, and I was like, you know what? That's the most realest shit I've ever heard about rappers. They cap. Rappers cap. These niggas are not who they say they are. Jimmy. Wasn't his name? That was Jimmy, right? This nigga name was Jimmy. This nigga had a Lionel Richard Afro. Hello. Isn't me you're looking for? That's the type shit you sing with a fro like that. That's the type shit you sing with a fro like that. When I hear that song, if I ain't know that was Lionel Richie, I'm like, I bet you the nigga got an afro like a Earth, Wind, and Fire nigga. This a good song though. Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your. You gotta have some fro like that. Supposed to write some shit like that. All right. You see what the fuck the Isley brothers? You see how them niggas' hair was and shit, and the outfits them niggas had on. You got to be in different bags to create different things in life, family. Michael Jackson was wearing ballerina outfits, but that shit don't nobody say nothing because he's too powerful. Let the nigga wear ballerina outfits. Like that shit really go over your head. You go on Google right now. You could go on motherfucking Google right now and Google Michael Jackson best outfits. This nigga was a ballerina, but the motherfucker was God on earth. It don't matter. It's too powerful. You could wear whatever. That nigga could have came out in a Jesus robe. You want to be starting something. You got to be starting something. You want to be starting something. I know that's what Mike probably saying right now at heaven. I'm sorry, Mike. We all love your ass. You know that. We know you ain't touched them kids. We know that was the media. I hope your spirit is good up there, wherever you're at. All right, Boro. I thought I was gonna have to come to your church and set trip on you niggas real quick. Don't think I can't jump back in another body. Because it sounds like you want to be starting something, Boro. All right, just keep going ahead and doing your whole live stream thing and let me be. All right, let me get up out of here. Come on, Tito. Let's go get another body, Tito. I ain't moonwalking the body so long. Nigga, Mike's spirit missed the body just to moonwalk. It's like, you don't want to do nothing else. Like, hell no, bro. They was persecuting me down there. I just wanted to spread love and they was persecuting me, bro. Where was you at for my reading, bro? You didn't do my reading. I'm like, Mike, I wasn't born. I wasn't even born when you was doing all this shit. Mike, you left when I got older. I would have did your reading. Oh, you're right, Boro. You're right about that. You're so brilliant. I just be in heaven watching your church, and I love the church. Like, it's so. And when you say the glory, I should have put glory in one of my songs. I like that. Glory. I should have said that in my songs. Yeah, Mike's so gentle. It's that Pisces shit. That's why you can't hate. This is why we gotta look. You can't hate Pisces. How? That's why the evil Pisces get away with so much shit. It's like, that's the murderer? That's the serial killer? That's my librarian. That's my child librarian. I know, yeah, she just killed her husband. And then she's killed 9 more husbands that were treating their wives wrong. She went on a killing spree. I was like, no, they ain't turning the pipe. No, I just spoke to Mike in heaven. They too gentle for that. She ain't do that. Bro, you see what I'm talking about, bro? They're persecuting the Pisces down there. They're persecuting us, bro. They always want to be starting something. All right? But it's okay, Mike. We going to hold you down here. We ain't going to let them do your name like that. That's what you sign up for, being too powerful coming down into this realm, y'all. Spirits like Mike, you got to do spiritual warfare on that nigga. You got to make up bullshit, lies about shit. You got to do all different type of shit to make a nigga look bad. So the powers that be make you, help you to understand, nigga, don't you, none of you niggas ever think you could be this powerful. This wasn't real. This was not real. This was a facade. None of you niggas got power like this. The powers that be seeing them natal charts. Y'all think there's no spiritual feds? Y'all think there's no departments to see natal charts? Who's coming into the world? Who's the second coming fucking revolutionary leader? You think there's no spirit? They got hip hop police. You think ain't no natal? You think ain't no niggas? Y'all got the game fucked up. All the spiritual shit they do to keep us in these programs down here. All the shit, the motherfucking powers that be, all these families, the government. These niggas are already doing a whole bunch of spiritual shit. You think they not looking up the motherfucking natal chart? They don't got some type of extra top flight security phone call from every hospital? Like, yo, this nigga got the sun on Regulus, moon in Aldebaran. This nigga is going to set black people free. We have to get this baby. We have to throw this baby in the hood. You have to throw him in the hood. We know they don't make it out. We know they don't make it till 21. Let's find a way to get that baby in the hood. Because this natal chart is looking crazy. This nigga cannot make it to 16. Because based off what we're seeing, this shit gonna start at 9. This nigga gonna start his shit at 9. Tupac started later than this. And this look crazier than Tupac. It's giving me Marcus Garvey in this bitch. And it's starting early. They said this nigga gonna start at 8 and 9 because now niggas got tablets and shit. He wasn't supposed to start learning until 8 and 9. The nigga gonna know some shit by 8 and 9 already. So don't think they don't got they motherfuckers in the they know what niggas is in hip coming, and they know, bro. If they knew the age of Aquarius was coming, so they knew they knew there was a lot of hidden information that they couldn't do nothing about. They knew they couldn't stop this right here. Like, they had no power over this. Us creating church and talking about what we talking about, they knew this age was coming and they knew they couldn't do nothing about it. So do you not think they not are still thinking ahead, still looking at the next ages, still not studying the alignments of motherfuckers they're trying to control now, that are trying to influence everybody else to understand, okay, is these generations, the Jupiter and Cancer generation? Okay, I see it now. We got against these niggas. Oh, we got to get these Jupiter and Cancer niggas. I finally realized the revelation spirit get crazy when Jupiter gets into Cancer. So they doing their homework, family. Spiritual warfare is very real, but I don't really want to get too much into all that type shit. All right. All right, because I already be feeling the shadow band spirit on my back. And church, we just getting church started. So I'll be got to tread lightly. You see how I got it. The fact I even got to talk like that, let you know what world we live in. That just let you know right there. The fact I got to throw out disclaimers and shit like that. But fuck it, it's Scorpio season. We got to keep this shit. So we got to keep it somewhat real. All right. Anyways, Sagittarius is are we yeah, that's we all Sagittarius. We all Sagittarius. Excuse me. Capricorn and Aquarius. Let's wrap it up, y'all. Capricorn and Aquarius. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Today, when I was making a thumbnail for this video and I put Scorpio and Aquarius, I said, "Holy shit! Oh my god, do Scorpio through Aquarius today? Wow! I wonder how long this is gonna take." I was just laughing in my head, like, "Oh, you got 2 more signs left. Hour 30. Good job, church. Good job. All right, good job." Now Aquarius is okay. Aquarius. Excuse me, Capricorn. Excuse me. Sorry, Capricorn. Now Capricorn and Aquarius, yes, the way we're finishing this is pretty significant because you are the Saturn ruled signs, right? We rebuke this shadow band spirit in Jesus' name. Shout out to Sister Tracism. Sister, I didn't even see you walk in the building. I don't even know how that's possible because your spirit's so powerful. Every time you walk in the building, I just want to scream glory. So you know you're a real Christian. You just say everything in one sentence, just like that. Either you're a Christian or you got fire and air placements. All right, sister, every time you walk in the building, I just want to scream a glory because every time you come in, you're just so powerful. And I just want to stop the word and praise, praise, praise. But I got to praise the book at the word because I'm praising for the church. And I can't just stop because you walked in, sister, but you're a part of the church. Glory, glory, glory. Glory is his name. All right, I say. I'm telling you, I'll almost be hitting glories in real life. I'll be taking the church be outside for real. For real. Somebody held the door for me the other day. I said glory instead of thank you. It was like, what? I said thank you. My bad. I'm like, I gotta chill. I just said glory instead of thank you. What is wrong with me? But I can't help but praise. I know you guys feel the same. Sometimes you can't help but praise. So that's what it is. That's what it's gonna be. Maybe that person needed to hear glory. Capricorns. Saturn in the third house. Saturn in the third house for my Capricorns, sun risings. Now, Capricorns, you're a little bit removed from. Wait, let me see. Yeah, you're somewhat removed. Sorry, guys, for the middle sentences. Capricorn, it's been some time since your home ruler been in its home state, right? Okay. Around that 2018 mark, Saturn was at home, and that was a foundation for you to support a time of your life, right? Because a lot of you made some decisions about how you want to govern your reality around that time that were more long term than short. And Saturn got into Aquarius, right? And the world went through what it went through around them times, right? Saturn put that restriction energy on the world. And don't think the powers that be didn't use that alignment, didn't know Saturn was in Aquarius before they came up with that bullshit. All right, I don't gotta use. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, I was just watching Charleston White speak about that whole thing in a recent interview, and he's like, "Look, when's the last time you seen somebody wearing a mask? When's the last time you heard somebody passed away from it? This, that, and the third. They was killing people. It was killing people, y'all, and that's so crazy. You feel me? So Saturn Aquarius wasn't no fucking game. Age of Aquarius ain't no game at all, for real. Like, there's nothing sweet about it, right? Yes, there's a lot of upgrades that come from a spiritual space, and yes, it does give humanity a deep calling. It provides a deep calling for humanity to go out and search for their spirituality, their beliefs, their ideologies outside of every program that has given you developed the ideology for you. So the world is rebellious for where they stand, and that's why we have things like the internet going nuts, because this is the foundation for people to take their individuality and say, this is what I think about relationships, this is what I think about spirituality, this is what I think about the government, right? So it's the age of Aquarius. Like I said, they knew they couldn't keep, they knew it was over, they knew it was going to be too much hidden information that was going to just blossom in the streets. Okay. And Saturn was in Aquarius, you feel me? It was in his home state. So then, my Cap Sun rising, these guys started moving and grew and probably started building more relationships, a bit more community based off the things that you set foundation on while Saturn was in Capricorn. Now Saturn's in Pisces and it gets into your third house. So the things you've been structuring since that time is in a very relatable space at this point in your life. It's something other people know you for. It's something that you've connected to others. You've been able to relate to other people that are into the things that you're building and structuring or spaces that you're trying to get into. And when we talk about Pisces in the third house, it's very you know uh, you have an open-minded house and an open-minded sign in here. Okay. So when it comes into experiences in your third house, Capricorn sun rising, got a neighbor that does it, somebody that dated who does it, a best friend who's into it, a cousin who like the experience energy and the things Capricorn sun rising gets to see in their neighborhood amongst their familiar surroundings, has a very expanding influence to it. All right, because it's Pisces here, wherever Pisces at is Jupiter energy. So there's gonna be a lot of things dealing with experiences. But one thing about Pisces in the third house, tight bonds are developed here, especially through things dealing with like-minded, creative attributes, and they turn into some very tight bonds out this space. But Pisces, we know, is delusional. So it could be some shit Capricorn sun risings learn about friendships with Pisces in the third house, learning how to trust people, learning how to see the reality in the connections that they have with people or with what's going on around them. And with Saturn coming in this house, it has laid down the law and reality for you based off what's going on in your surroundings, what's the reality of the people, what's the reality of, the frequency vibration of people that you're surrounding yourself on, into the frequency vibration of your environment, the habits you've developed in them, the habits you've brought to your environment. Saturn comes here, starts bulldozing anything that doesn't see serves you gaining stability in this experience outside of your third house. Capricorn sun rising. This is why some certain friends, potentially even certain relatives, you're not even connecting or relating to like that. Maybe it might have been one, you might have already had a funny money relationship with them. And then Saturn came into your third house, and then some shit you very adamant about, serious about, you got into an argument with their ass about it or something about them affecting how you deal with stability and feel stable. So like you got into a huge disconnection with them. That's very likely with Saturn coming in this area. Okay, especially because you start to see how the reality you want for yourself or the reality you're striving for, you start seeing everything in your surroundings that doesn't support it. And now you have decisions to make, Capricorn sun rising, right? You have decisions to make now. Okay. Now the thing about you is, this is the thing about you. Saturn rule your chart. So you pick up on that Saturn, on the significance of Saturn influence quicker than others. So when there's something that needs to be cut off or detached, you pick up on that influence as far as knowing why. I ain't saying that means Capricorn sun rising just do it though. I'm just saying that you read the room from that space well. Okay, we got to be careful. In general, I feel like we got to be careful just giving signs praise. Not all Aries are passionate. Not all Taurus get money. Not all Geminis. Talk too much. Not all fucking Geminis is super fucking relatable and super fucking social all the fucking time, 24/7. Some of them niggas is tired of people. some of the Geminis can't fucking do. If I gotta be around people another motherfucking day, my battery's running low. Not every fucking Cancer is super private. Not every Leo is super expressive and creative. Not every Virgo is ever fucking super organized. Not every Libra is on some healthy relationship shit. Not every fucking like you feel me, family. So you just gotta be careful not giving signs too much praise. We gotta be careful. Not every fucking Scorpio is transforming some shit. There's just a lot of Scorpios just getting fucking transformed all the fucking time. You just into all your fucking desires. You just a transformable motherfucker. You just get it transformed. You not transforming nothing, no. Not every fucking Sagittarius is fucking smart. Shit. I ran into some fucking. They still spiritual in some way. That's the fucked part about it. They not the smartest, but still say and do spiritual shit. All right, not every fucking Sagittarius is smart. Not every fucking Capricorn is stable, or is some type of fucking boss. There's some Capricorns out there. You let them be the boss for the week, your business is fucked. This motherfucker can't run no shit. Don't let that Capricorn shit gas you. This nigga know how to use. You don't know how to put things in order, to deal with different personalities and make big decisions. And this nigga's a worker, not a boss. Not every fucking Aquarius is so fucking well, no, y'all's all y'all is unique. I'm sorry, y'all some unique mother flippers. But not all y'all super. Every fucking Aquarius super fucking intelligent. I'd have met some dense Aquarius. Where the fuck is them high thoughts at? Where is these brilliant strategies? You don't think that much. Ain't y'all supposed to be thinking signs? You unique though. I ain't gonna lie. Them lime green dreads go crazy. Aquarius risings, green neon dreads, piercings. I know Aquarius rising when I see one. That'd be a sign that'd be easy to guess. I'll look at a motherfucker. I'll be like, I may not get the sun right, but if they not Aquarius sun, they Aquarius rising. Neon hair and nose piercings and chin. I know Aquarius rising when I see one. And not every fucking Pisces is so fucking creative. All right. Not every fucking Pisces is so fucking creative. Okay. I know Pisces, I gotta give them the fucking shit. I gotta give them the creative ideas. It's like, what are you good for? You just supposed to be giving me this shit. I'm the Libra. I'm supposed to like give you advice about it and shit. I'm giving you the fucking creative idea. What was that Pisces shit they be talking about? All you doing is fucking. All you doing is fucking going on dates and flirting with somebody. Where's the creative ideas? Where's the meditation? I didn't see you meditate yet. Every time I think about meditation, y'all's the first sign to pop in my fucking head. When I think about meditation, crystal jewelry, an arm in a YouTube video with a bunch of jewelry on it, long nails, flipping tarot cards, all that give me Pisces vibes. Where's that at? This Pisces girl ain't meditate one time this week. This is a joke. I want a real Pisces woman. Fake ass Pisces woman is not meditating. This is not a Pisces woman. All right. So we can't be giving all these signs praise. Yeah, laughing, but we all have these examples in our own family. Some of y'all right now, like, I ain't gonna lie, boy, my dad Capricorn, he don't work for a damn thing. He's the most lousy motherfucker I know. He the reason I work so hard because I don't want to be a lousy ass nigga like him. Fuck that Capricorn shit. Bro, I'm dating this Virgo chick. This the messiest bitch I know. All right. When she come to work, I mean smelling good, looking good. Right? Different fits, everything. Man, when we linked, I went to her crib. I don't even want to talk about the shit I saw in that bitch. It was not sixth house like. I think her Mercury driving her crazy, actually. She putting up a good facade out in the world. She making it look very stable at work. Her intellect, her ability to communicate, yeah, give off stable vibes. But I see the unstable part about Mercury you talking about when I came to her crib, Boro. This woman is a mess. She is so chaotic. She does shit everywhere. If I go to a girl crib and I can't use the bathroom, that's the last time she's seeing me. You are a woman. If you don't get this shit together, and that make it sound like niggas get passes for being messy. But we fake do though. We fucking do. Like, let's be realistic. Like, let's really be realistic. You got a woman coming to your crib for the first time. Niggas will ramsack that shit, ladies. Ladies, how many times you dated nigga the first time you went to the nigga crib? That shit, it looked like 3 maids just whipped this motherfucker up. Then you started dating the nigga more. Nigga turned into your boyfriend and all that. You realize this nigga only made that shit up when I was coming. This shit ain't never made up. I make this shit up all the time now. That was a facade. Ladies, if y'all can see how we look when y'all come into the crib, niggas turn into Bob the Builder when y'all say y'all pulling up. We start painting. We looking at the dimensions of the carpet. We dusting under the bed. We getting the bottom, the other back part of the toilet. Niggas is vacuuming. Niggas is vacuuming shit you don't vacuum. Niggas in the lawn. Nigga vacuuming grass. Like, yeah, bro, I just found a new way how to, we don't even got to call the niggas to cut the grass no more. Like, what are you doing, bro? I got this joint coming over, just cleaning up. This nigga vacuuming grass. All it is because a girl pulling up. Ladies, we turn that house upside down. Motherfucker, you get there, shit smell good, candle lit. Like, this nigga ready. You goddamn right I'm ready. I just mowed grass for this ass. I just vacuumed grass for this ass. A nigga ain't never vacuumed grass for that ass. So bring that ass over here. You should do whatever I say off the strength now. You ain't never had a nigga vacuum grass for you, girl. All right? This is real, what we got going on here. Fuck is you talking about? All right. Capricorn sun risings. So Saturn in your third house. And this is why everything with motherfuckers in your life, Capricorn sun rising, that you've been close to too. Like I said, it may be his third house is very close to home. Third house is very close to home. And Saturn don't be giving a fuck about the bloodline neither. Your parents tripping, your people, go ask Sagittarius sun rising. Go ask Sagittarius sun rising right now. Some of the 6 out of 10 of them right now not on the best page with some people that they close to. They know eventually they're going to make up and shit. But right now, Saturn done restricted some shit because maybe there's something you need to build. And that friction ain't helping right now. That friction with them ain't helping right now. Or what they want to add into your life can't really be used right now. Okay? And Saturn makes that clear in the third house. So Capricorn sun rising, when it comes into the things you feel at times, potentially even the obligation, you may feel the obligation, a little bit of that peer pressure vibration to participate in things, that people are into around you and whatnot. This is a time where you have to get more disciplined and realize, like, the people that are into this are into that, and I'm into this right now, or I'm trying to build and stabilize this, but it's coming through out of your Saturn's making you cultivate your reality through your third house. So how you navigate friendships is very important. You could be building and structuring something that ain't got shit to do with your friendships, but your relationship with certain friendships, or you being lenient with how you connect with certain people in your life, or allow people to come to your third house, aka just make themselves familiar in your life, get comfortable in your life, be in your space. People can only be in your space if you let them. You ain't locked up. You watching the stream at home right now, right? You don't got a celly or nothing now. I know they let niggas have phones in jail. I don't got no incarcerated church members now, do I? That's just gonna let me know God is good. We getting into the We getting into the institutions in the penitentiary with the word. Damn, I ain't know the reach of the voice. Well, let me not doubt my God. I don't know. You could reach anything with the voice of the Lord. But you gotta know what I'm trying to say. Okay? This is up to you to allow who you want to allow in your life, Capricorn Sun rising. And if you've been a little bit too lenient about who could say they're comfortable, who's close to the Capricorn Sun rising, who's always around the Capricorn Sun rising, and who be texting the Capricorn Sun, if these while Saturn was retrograde, all those type of relationships that don't serve shit with these people that have this familiarity with you, you were definitely highlighted why it's probably wise in this chapter of your life you kind of probably detach yourself, or at least be able to acknowledge what type of time you're on that's different from the type of time people around you are on. Okay, so that's your third house space, and once again, it's Pisces in your third house, Capricorn sunrise. And I already know what type of things you may have participated in, or how your peers in some type of shape or form, or your social circle in some type of shape or form, how, because Pisces like to do things in packs. If Pisces want to get high, they want to get high in a pack. Pisces is connected. 12th house space is a group thing. All right. So you can find yourself, Capricorn sun risings, manifesting a lot of creative, collaborative opportunities with Pisces in your third house, being able to build tight unions with people who relate to the things you're creatively into, or the things you really have a lot of belief and faith in. However, now that Saturn is here and looking at the dark side of Pisces here, there could be forms of indulgence, and it could be a lot of relationships you have that, basically create, escapism portals, and y'all jump into them as friends, and it neglects your responsibilities. So while Saturn was retrograde, these people were highlighted, those type of habits were highlighted. Saturn comes into your third house, and any forms of knowledge that you have, or third house traits, things that you're familiar doing, familiar skills. You know how to braid hair, you know how to play the piano, you can teach motherfucker how to play the piano, you know how to do this and the third. Anything that's familiar to you, Saturn gets in here. It's like, why aren't we using this right now to get stable? I don't get it. I'm confused. You know how to braid hair. If you don't fucking post all these fire, you doing these fire ass box braids and twists every fucking day for people just off the strength in your third house, because people know you do it. You don't even post it. You don't do nothing. Do you understand how much we can make a week? Get your ass on. Let's use this third house trait, Capricorn sun rising. All right. And that's odd for Capricorn sun rising. You should know what you got to use. But just in case you've been sleeping, Saturn come in the third house and it helps you to know, because this is all familiar energy. Third house, familiar energy. What's already around you, what you already know, what's close to you. So while it's retrograde, a lot of things you already know, you may already have, you can already connect. This is the thing that Saturn was highlighted, whether it was through a conversation, whether it was through a situation in your life that you felt like you don't have nothing else, and you realize, I do have this. In the movie and the shows, when the fucking light bulb go off, you just depressed this shit. Saturn got you in the Saturn depression. You go on social media, everybody's successful. Everybody got good news but you. Saturn third house depression. And then that light bulb go off. Ding, I do know this. Ding. That thing, it went off during the retrograde process. It went off. Okay. So now that Saturn's direct, there's a sense of application of using something you already know you have. And there's a sense of application when it comes into how you navigate relationship activity, allowing people to be in your third space. Saturn being in this house, especially while it was retrograde, was enforcing you to have your standards that people have to honor to be in your third house space. All right. Open-minded house, open-minded sign, need standards, need boundaries, and Saturn's bringing all of that there. All right. Now, when we look at the op houses, we have the third house, we have the sixth house. Okay. So that would be the Gemini house. Yes, that would be the Gemini house. So we got Gemini in the sixth house. You got to be aware about how your relationship activity, right, and how the ideas of other people and the critiques of other people affects how you work on things in the sixth house. Also the relationships with your coworkers or people that you may associate yourself on a bit from a business perspective. This and the third, Gemini in the sixth house. You have to be aware of playing any comparison game of things you're trying to build towards people that you're just in this space with in some type of shape or form, because it's Mercury there, and Gemini is bringing a lot of critique, a lot of different ideas to what Saturn's bringing in Pisces, but from a square perspective. So while everybody, this is everybody, a lot of people in their Saturn, in their Pisces house could just be getting hated on or negative critiques or people projecting for the most part with things you're building, right? Maybe certain sacrifices, things you're building, things you're trying to stabilize for your own life. And, people that are in your inner circle that really understand you and relate to the things and want to strive for better like obviously you can relate these things to them. But anything that you're trying to build and structure that gets related, maybe in the sixth house space, at work, the standard third, around people that are in that you have to interact with within your schedule and an agenda in some type of way. Like, you got to be careful of their Mercuries and their critiques and their projections from this area, and also careful of how you navigating relationship activity has been affecting your sixth house. Because the more relationship activity isn't regulated in your sixth house, aka understanding that you dealing with these people take away time from things on your schedule and agenda, the more that relationship activity isn't regulated in your sixth house, that creates more pockets for Saturn in the third house, to be more intense, with you having to understand how to deal with relationship activity, right? Now it creates a situation, somebody you being too open with, too comfortable with, is on the fucking run or some shit. You get caught in the car with them, and they got some shit, like all different type of stupid shit. Listen, Saturn don't fuck around. And Saturn dealing with the law too. Okay. So who you associate yourself with is so important around these times, Capricorn sun rising. All right. And then we move on to the ninth house. Okay, and we have Sagittarius here. Excuse me, Virgo. I'm bugging out. All right. We have Virgo here. Okay. In the ninth. So Virgo's also dealing with application, and the ninth house is dealing with your knowledge and wisdom. So I said with Saturn in the third house, Saturn's enforcing you and helping you to understand what you could use in this house to help build your reality in some type of shape or form and gain stability, which would be things that you've learned, the knowledge that you have, different concepts that you're knowledgeable about, potentially people that are into things you're into, and you've had collaborative effort ideas. Saturn will make sure that, like, that podcast idea or that brand idea, that this person is suitable for that. You can rock with this person. So Saturn will give you those alerts as well in some type of way. But when you got Virgo in the ninth house, when it comes into the sense of application with the knowledge and wisdom that you have, all right, you have to honor that as well. And the third and ninth house, these are the education houses, all right. Third house more so relate to earlier education in your life. Ninth house more advanced education. Anything after like high school. Third house is like pretty much like elementary school up to like high school. All right. And so you have Saturn enforcing you to use the knowledge and the things you've gained in your third house. But then when you get into Virgo in the ninth house, if Virgo is not if you're not having a sense of application with how you use the wisdom that you have in this area, that especially with Virgo in the ninth house, there's going to be some wisdom about things dealing with principles around stability, time management. You're gonna, because ninth house deals with like morals and ethics and your beliefs. So when you got Virgo here, there's gonna be some earth properties associated with these things. So these people might be, who we talking about? Capricorn sun rising. So it's gonna be things dealing with. Even though I'm a Capricorn sun rising, I don't have these house placements, right? My house placement is more like an Aquarius house placement. Even though I do these readings from a whole sign perspective as well, but you have Virgo in the ninth. Those are Virgo like properties, things understanding about time, karma surrounding time. Like people, they'll get into the more practical outlook of how spirituality works in the world. That has to be applied. Those principles have to be applied right now, Capricorn sun rising. You can't have a strong spiritual belief and understanding how powerful time is and not have it regulated in this current chapter of your life, having it regulated amongst your relationships, amongst the energies that are close to you, and amongst energies dealing with familiar habits while Saturn's in your third house. This is a time to honor and put some life to a lot of those morals that I know you do believe in, and that you know are true though. Like I said, Virgo in the 9th house, they're gonna understand how they're gonna build different mentalities or different philosophies, better yet said. Mentalities is the 3rd house, philosophies is the 9th. So there's going to be philosophies around why your reality is the way it is based off how you work on it, how you stabilize things, how you've managed it. All right. And we know Earth is just correlating to time in general. So this is a time to activate a lot of that in your life and make those standards, make those beliefs have some substance to them based off of how you regulate things with Saturn in your 3rd house, aka amongst your relationships. All right. All right. And then when we get into the 12th house, when we get into the 12th house, we have Sagittarius here. All right. You have Sagittarius. No, yes. We have Sagittarius in the 12th. Okay. And with Sagittarius in the 12th house, this is the push out energy of Jupiter, right? This is the push out energy. So of the Jupiter house, Sagittarius home in the 9th house, which is Jupiter house, but now Sagittarius is in the push out in the subconscious state of a Jupiter house, right? So it's more the feminine state of that house. And Sagittarius, one thing about being in the 9th house, it'll have an impulsive feel here when it comes into the things it wants to explore. So it's super Jupiter energy, but a Jupiter sign in a Jupiter house, even though it's not the house it wants to be in, but it is a square. So once again, just like how I was saying the Sagittarius sun risings earlier, if they're still in the building, how Sagittarius sun risings are in a space right now with what Saturn in the 4th that they're learning. Pisces. It's how they're in a space right now where they're learning to digest their experiences instead of being on episode 1, 2, 3, 4. Capricorn sun rising with Sagittarius in your 12th house, you be on that time though. You be on this type of time that you have to learn to digest your experiences, and it could get frustrating because you're a builder. But when Sagittarius is in your 12th house, you get very excited about things you want to bring out your 12th house. But Sagittarius is not the hone inside of the 12th house. It's the fire, is the action, the expression side of it. So you jumping into things, these experiences, and exploring things in your 12th house, this could take away from some stability of what's going on in your surroundings. You don't feel stable in your surroundings. You're always going out, experiencing this, that, and the third. All right. So that's very important. And because it's your subconscious, the 12th house, and you got Sagittarius here, depending on your beliefs and the things you want to experience and explore, you could attract remnants of it. The 12th house has strong manifestation properties because it's your subconscious house. We manifest everything that we've been manifesting up to this point in our life is based off our subconscious. All right. You want to change your life, you program your subconscious. Okay. So how you do that, Boro? By programming the fuck out of your conscious mind as much as possible till it becomes subconscious. That's how. If a motherfucker get up at 6 a.m. every day, make it fucking law. It don't matter if a nigga went to bed at 5:59 a.m. That nigga gonna get up 6 a.m. If a nigga do that long enough, he can't get up at no other time. He or she can't get up at it. I can't get up at 4. I can't get up at 6 or 7, at 7 or 8. This is subconscious. I would get up at 6 a.m. even if it hurt me. Even if it hurts me. All right. So with Sagittarius in your 12th house, you can just manifest a lot of people that are pretty explorational but damn near unstable in your life at times. Capricorn sun rising, so it's like you're creating a lot of outlets to connect to people that help you experience the things you want to experience, especially if it's related to things with personal aspiration. But at the same time, you got to be careful, understand how it always affects your stability and when you have time for something and when you don't. And that's part of the most important things you're learning as a Cap rising. All right, learn when the fuck you got time for something and when you don't, because you know what you have time for. You have Capricorn sun rising. What could you be using your time for right now? Oh, they'll never shut the fuck up. There's a lot of things they got to get to, and they know that shit. Okay, but Sagittarius, the 12th house, catch you slipping, and this would be your house right now that'll catch you slipping when it comes into having so much your subconscious being in a state where it's already in a push out a lot of the times, or you understanding how the people, once again, the people or scenarios in your life that you attract based off of the things you want to experience, and being able to okay, let me pause this experience, even though I know I'm ushering all these things in my life. I don't have to participate in this, that, and the third. All right. All these things, those areas of life could just make things a little unstable in your own surroundings, in your own third house. All right. So that's what we got going on with that, family. That's what we got going on with that. Now, and then And then also Capricorn sunrise, like I said, this is your ruler. This is your ruler. So when it comes into your personal life needs some Pisces energy right now. Let's not get that misunderstood. Your personal life needs some Pisces energy right now, Capricorn sun rising. What does that mean, Boro? Everything ain't gonna everything is not gonna. What's the best way to say this? This is the best way to say this. Last night, a lot of y'all were telling me in the live, Boro, your Cap Moon, all this shit is really showing. Go get some fucking rest. Like, go shut it down. This, that, and the third. Capricorn sun rising. This is how you are in your first house at times. Your motto is work it to the ground. All right. And then I'm gonna get some fruits of labor out that bitch in some type of shape or form. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But now Pisces is damn near, if not the most, but one of the most reflective signs in the zodiac. If there's no sense of reflection of what's going on in your first house and how what you're building is impacting you and your well-being and how you may need to change the pace of things at times, if you're not allowing yourself to if you're not allowing yourself to entertain these pockets of understanding, then there's certain cycles you could get caught up in your work manifestation cycle, and when you run yourself into the ground and just say fuck it, you go manifest. All right. I'm just saying, you don't, that route, it's a vigorous route, Capricorn sun rising. All right. When you get a little bit of that Pisces energy house, right? There's God rested on the seventh day, family. He rested on the seventh day. All right. So I'm not telling Capricorn sun rising just to fucking rest and shit. No, you get to work. Get your shit in. But when we talk about adding Pisces energy into the first house, there has to be a knowingness and a state of optimism, regardless of how things manifest in that first house. Okay. You run into certain obstacles, certain Saturn trials. You know how having a Saturn ruled first house is. Take 2 steps up to take 3 steps back down. See other people have resources that you wish you had, because you'll take those shits to the moon, but they don't value their resources, right? You gotta watch shit move a little bit slower. And then when you are not honoring your process with that time, you get spanked for it because you know better, because you're supposed to be the example of that. So that's already what you go through in your personal life. But now having Saturn in Pisces, which is also a sextile, if you're not allowing yourself to see the lesson in what you're going through, the Jupiter, the lesson, the philosophy, why, even though you're running yourself to the ground, why you understand, building things in a certain manner produce certain results, having to have more of an optimistic outlook. And when you go through certain restrictions, knowing there's a purpose in the restriction, there's a lesson in the blockage, family. All right, Capricorn sun risings. All right, so that attitude has to be adjusted in your first house. Okay, if there's any belief energy that needs to be ignited in here, you need to be the one to spark that for yourself right now, because ain't nobody coming to save us. Ain't nobody coming to save us, family. All right, and them other churches, they think somebody's coming to save us, but this a real nigga church. We saving our goddamn selves. All right. So that's what we got going on, Capricorn sunrises. But and last today, but never least. All right. My Aquarius sun risings. All right. So shout out to my Aquarius sun risings. Saturn ruled. All right. Saturn ruled. So when it comes into everything going on with Saturn up in that second house, Aquarius sun rising, this is I like this. I like this transit because I like this placement. I like Saturn in Earth houses in general. I like seeing that in the chart. And Saturn in the second house, motherfucker, very serious about what value they feel like they have. That's why I love it. Very serious about it. All right. Now, at times they may go through that. You got to fight hard to get it out in the world, because at times, you go through restrictions, or it take time for you to everything when it comes into what you value. You want to be a rapper, a singer, or artist, this, that, and the third. Your process blossoming with these things. It's a more patient thought out long-term process, and you see different fruits and different stages here. But Saturn can sustain a value here and see so much opportunity from it, from sustaining that motherfucker. All right. So right now, Aquarius Sun rising, you just went through a personal evolution, having your ruler, chart through your first house. And now that we have Saturn in the second house, Saturn gets in the second house, and it's like, oh, there's a bunch of things to use in here. There's a bunch of things to use. You got a little talent over there. All right, you know how to sing there. Okay. You got a value to teach that there. You value this, we could use that. So it has a bunch of values. It's an earth house. It could create systems here. So it could point things out we could use, but it could create the system to help you understand how we could work on that repetitively. It's like, okay, I see you could sing here, but this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a vocal coach. All right. We're gonna do some covers. That's gonna help with your branding. All right. And then we're gonna write this many songs a week to help with our songwriting. We're gonna get some coaches with this songwriter. So Saturn comes in here and it starts helping you get into your strategy bag, right? When it comes into how you could sharpen your tools with a talent that you have, not just a talent, but your values, right? Talents is something that is in the second house, but something that you value, right? Now the thing here is what happens when Saturn gets in here and a person is not valuing their resources that they have, resources that they may have that other people wish they had. What happens when Saturn comes in here and this person finances and budgeting is unstable? What happens when Saturn comes in here and there wasn't no time being invested into that very thing that this person says they value? Oh, Aquarius Sun rising. There's been a lot of this some bullshit. I know better moments this year, right? Because you have that talent. This is something that you hold of value. But when Saturn got into your second house, this is the year you start feeling heavy on, why don't I use this? I know how to do this. And it's valuable. People will pay me for this. People need this. The world needs this. I could represent this. This shit could help bring some stability and security in my life. But these people, places, and things that I'm valuing that are negative, I better get on my shit because Saturn's in my second house. And I will lose shit valuing negative shit. You will lose things here. Second house is dealing with your material possessions. So hopefully my Aquarius Sun rising didn't run into some shit because your values were in negative places, bad spending habits, superficial habits, no real sense of long-term thinking or planning out or discernment with how you utilize your finances and resources in general. Saturn comes in here and it could create hell. You will lose material, you will lose things here. So when we're talking about when I say lose things, like what? Your keys to your house, your fucking car. You better take care of them parking tickets. All right. Shit like that. Your possessions that you value. The second house deal with possession, they deal with value. So if I'm saying you're losing shit, it's most likely gonna be some shit I think you need. All right. So when Saturn gets in the second house, all right, you see Sister Pretty Lauren talking about I started getting into my art again. Saturn going to evoke that art spirit, sister. Evoke that art spirit. Give it life. I pray to my God that art spirit stay alive. All right. Glory is his name. So Saturn getting there and it wants to use things dealing with his talents, this and that. Y'all may know some people, some Aquarius Sun risings, whether it's in your family, maybe your friend or something. They got back into some shit this year. Like, you know what? I don't know why I stopped selling clothes. I used to make so much money from this shit. Like, let me go on Photoshop. I'm making new designs. So Saturn is like, come on now, don't do me like this. Don't let me be in this house for a couple of years and you got me looking at all this shit we could use, all these talents, all this shit that people talk about they need every day. They wish somebody could show them how to do it, teach them how to do it. And your ass just sitting there with this shit. All right. And then there's Pisces in this bitch. All right. So this is my placement. Okay. So like I said, a lot of this shit you feel like you may be of value, something you can teach, something you're experienced with. So it may not just be, I guess teaching can be a talent in a way. in a way, but it is most likely gonna be some real Jupiter shit. So it could be knowledge that you feel like you whether you've learned from experience, something you study this, that, and the third, and you feel like it help people, whether it help them with their subconscious, help them with their spirituality, help them with whatever situation they got going on in life. We teaching people how to make money in some type of shape or form, right? Sister Ebony talking about she's back into her herbal concoctions. Sister, you might have to email you my address or something. Send me one of them concoctions, sister. All right. God is good. So you know, Saturn getting here, and that's the premise. So since June 17th has been retrograde, Aquarius Sun rising, what has been highlighted? What has been the thing that's been kind of like you at this point is like, all right, I might as well go ahead and work it. I might as well go ahead and try to build it because it's like I'm not gonna do this to myself. How long I'm gonna go letting the second house value talent just stay here, being unwatered and nurtured. And what Saturn does here, it starts creating more intense situations in your reality, whether you're losing things. Um, the losing shit is more so flat out just no Saturn presence and the lack of discernment for your stability. That's when it get crazy with Saturn coming here. Like, and you'll lose shit fucking around in your second, 10th house in general. So when you got Saturn coming into the second house, you best make sure you know where your bread is going and this, that, and the third. Like, don't play around. Don't play around. Not with Saturn in the second house, because something that could be a couple months setback becomes a couple years setback now. All right. So that's what Saturn is evoking here. Now, once again, when it comes to anybody that's Pisces in the second house, this is house that dealing with stability, but then you put another floaty sign here, right? Another an imagination based sign here. So the intention to be concentrated with something you're valuing could be a challenge here with Pisces. So that's a huge help with Saturn coming here, because it's been helping a lot of you Aquarius sun risings to add a sense of strategy to something you may have been in high spirits of. You may have had a huge imagination and vision of how you could build it, but Saturn comes in here to get you down to earth on how we could really start taking practical steps towards working these things. All right. But obviously, it comes with sacrifices. Obviously, it comes with probably not probably having to detach from certain things you're already giving your time to, right? Because you got a new system developing in your second house. All right. What's the square house? Is the fifth house. All right. You got Gemini in your fifth house. So when it comes into the different perspectives and thoughts that you see other people express in the world, you have to be careful on how you play the comparison game, or feel like you have to relate yourself or adjust yourself to how people are expressing their Mercuries and their ideologies and their talents or whatnot in the world, right? You have to be careful of that with Gemini there, because once again, Gemini is throwing the critique Mercury energy at this placement. So it's coming through your fifth house. So how you see other people on the stage ain't got shit to do with what the things you're cultivating in your second house. It should only be inspiration, right? So we got that going on. Then the opposite house, we got eighth house. All right. We got Virgo in the eighth house. Okay. So we know the eighth house is dealing with our desires, right? And dealing with transformation, but you got Virgo in here. So Virgo is, is very meticulous sign. Okay. And it likes to get very detail oriented in this house when it comes into anything dealing with attachments, connection, intimacy, trauma. Virgo gets deep here. Okay. That's why Aquarius sun risings could be really good in the psychological department, because they have Mercury, a sign like Virgo, which is one of the most studious signs in one of the most deepest houses. So when it gets into the psychology of things behind trauma, this, that, and the third, they could be intrigued looking at those things already. So with Virgo here, or but when it comes into their own life, especially if you got some fucking placements in this bitch, all right, you will dive very fucking deep to figure some shit out with your subconscious, and that is a good thing. You're doing some intense shadow work. That's good in that space, right? But with all of that being, shout out to Hans Hammond. How I made my first live stream here, the best astrologer on YouTube. Much respect. From this April 22nd, Aries, Taurus, cusp, Gemini, Moon, Leo, rising. All right, got some balance energies there. Got some cardinal, got some fixed, got some mutable, got some expression, got some vision, got some relatability, got some understanding, got some stability. God damn, family, you got it all. We happy to see you in church, brother. Sister Scarred Owl will let you know If we can't get Sister Scarlet out, she might be regulating something else on this aisle. We got some ushers, Sister Ebony, Sister Traces, and help them get into one of these open aisles. You know, in them big churches, them big ass churches, them shits we be seeing, Joel Osteen and motherfucker. You can't just walk up in that bitch, motherfucker. Hold on, wait, hold on. Yep. Okay, now 5 people come in. It's like, hold on now. Is this the church or the club? Which is this? Is this the house of God or Magic City? Let me get in the church. What is this line? Like the church lit. Hold on. Take 5 at a time, motherfucker. You get here early if you want this worship. That you see how much niggas in here. The pastor ain't fuck around. All right, you gotta get here early for this word. All right, hold on, 5 at a time. All right, thank you, Sister Scar. Thank you, Sister Ebony. Thank you. All right. Now, when we talk about that, what we talking about, the opposite house? Yeah, so Virgo in the 8th house. Virgo in the 8th house. If there's no sense of regiment, if there's no sense of detail of how your desires may dictate things in your reality around this time, Aquarius sun rising, that can make Saturn in the 2nd house tough. It can make this even more intense than any Saturn transit is, because you're showing Saturn that you're prioritizing your desires over healthy values and positive things that could, shift the reality of your 2nd house. So what do you think Saturn is going to do when he gets that news? Most likely tell the 8th house, yo, next time they come in that bitch, just transform every fucking thing. Take everything from the baby too. Yeah, the baby, take everything. Hey, take my child. God, all right, you niggas, your astrology niggas doing too much. You're not gonna take my baby, bro. Okay. So I'm such a clown, I don't know what's wrong with me. But seriously, Saturn will send that signal to the opposite 8 to the take everything from this mother flipper, put them in the most craziest transformation, because there ain't no way I'm in the 2nd house showing them how they could shift their reality if they honor the value that they truly have. I don't see one motherfucker in their life telling them that they fucking got this shit, that they should appreciate this talent, that there. And I come in this motherfucker trying to do this shit for this motherfucker, and this the thanks I get. Niggas just talk shit about me, this, that, and the third. Fuck it. Transform everything in this motherfucking 8th house, because these niggas don't listen. And this motherfucker's Aquarius sun rising too. They fucking know better. They know better. This is what's how Saturn gonna be talking to your Virgo in the 8th house, because Virgo know too goddamn much about intimacy to just be. Virgo ain't the sign to just jump into an experience. Virgo way too fucking critical to just throw the ass like that. Like, I ain't gonna say Virgos can't be hoeing. We talking about the true spirit of Virgos. I ain't talking about a host spirit in a Virgo body. I'm talking about the Virgo constellation. This is the virgin. The fuck is y'all talking about? Virgo ain't just jumping into some shit. Virgo way too critical and detail oriented. Like, hold on, time out. The fuck, I'm just gonna fuck you right away. The fuck wrong with you? Who are you? The last time you got tested? The fuck? I'm not an 8th houser. No, I'm not a 5th houser. I don't do those. All right. Okay, what's your name? Where you live? Where you from? What do you do for work? Last time you was in a relationship. Let's start there. Let my Mercury get some familiarity popping in this motherfucker. So Virgo do too much goddamn studying of what 8th house things do, what influences are created after sex, whether it's with somebody you love, somebody you don't. Virgo know that shit. You go ask Virgo about sexual soul ties. Like, hell yeah, look, this is how it happens. So it's like you might as well write a book. Aquarius sun rising. So Saturn is in Pisces in the 2nd house. Like, you over there prioritizing your desires, when that house could be just being fueled by positive transformations because you're honoring your values. That's what happens to that house. If Saturn in the Pisces, if Saturn in the 2nd house is being honored, if you're taking your time to value, if you're literally Saturn taking your time honoring positive values in your life, from people, places, and things, and your own personal talents, Virgo in the 8th house, all the transformations that take place in your life, these are healing transformations. It is a healing thing when you put yourself in a situation to, create something, to devote sacrifice and time to worth building something. That shit heals a lot of things. It heals insecurities you had in the past. That is spiritual. That's how you overcome some shit right there. Okay. So the 8th house could take a huge positive, catch a huge positive effect from that. Okay. So we just want to honor that, Aquarius sun risings, because you know what's up in that area. Okay. You know how unstable, irrational decision making, which Virgo is not is a better decision maker. All right. You know how irrational decision making can cause transformation in your reality, especially if it's dealing with connecting, right? So that has to be regulated there, because it truly affects your garden and your forms of stability with Saturn here, right? A lot of you guys may have realized doing things in the name of a desire this year, is making you feel more unstable, or you get into situations where you may get your desire pleased, and whatever it may be. And this shit don't even have to be from a sexual perspective, but because once again, it could be other things you desire or whatnot. But how you manage that energy is very important on how it affects your stability in the second house. All right. And then we got the 11th house, which we have Sagittarius here. And with Sagittarius in the 11th house, this is a really nice placement because the 11th house deals with the outside world. But the thing about Sagittarius here, Sagittarius already deals with experiences, exploring. So this is why Aquarius sun risings, right? They could really embody their first house, because when it comes into the Aquarius is the sign that's always outside. They're outside of where they're familiar. They're the family member that is able to tell you about different things going on in the world in different places, because they out there doing different shit. Everything they do out there doing everything but being at home, but being in their familiar environment. But if you look at the Aquarius rising chart, Sagittarius in 11th house is a big support system for that energy, because there's always going to be somebody else connecting them to a new experience out in the world. And usually they feel like they need to go out in the world to explore some shit, or be in an environment outside from home, outside what they close to feel like they develop in certain ideologies. It's like, how the fuck I'm gonna have these ideologies about relationships, and I only dated people from my neighborhood? Like, this some shit. Aquarius sun rising. This some shit. This is how they may feel in some type of shape or form, having Sag in that 11th. Like, I didn't get a chance to explore. This is my fucking placement. Fuck am I talking about? It could come on. I mean, I don't be feeling like that all the time, but I do. I've rode that vibration before. Like, damn, what's out in the world? What's really out there? I gotta get myself out there. All right, but in different ways. Sagittarius in 11th house, your relationship life, like, not relationship life, intimate, like your social life in the 11th house, you will connect to people that will create experiences for you that you might have not been able to create on your own and shit. Like, people help you jump into different portals to explore things with them. So it's very good from that perspective, right? It's a sex time in Sagittarius in here, but Sagittarius be all over the place, and now you got a sign like Sagittarius that's experiencing this, exploring this in your 11th house. So you may find yourself participating in a lot of things out in the world at times, and that could cloud your judgment as to which community, group, aspiration to lock in at times, because you might like to see the good in all of them shit. Sagittarius know I see the good in every fucking thing. So that's when Aquarius sunrise got to make a decision of what they're going to commit themselves to. And when we talk about that commitment word, that's I'm surprised I didn't use that word earlier, talking about Saturn being in your second house, because there got to be a level of commitment to something that you say or believe that you have value of. All right, Aquarius sun rising. All right, family, 4 signs, and it took 2.5 hours, because a brother gonna take his time when I'm up here. All right. Hope everybody had a lovely moon day. It's the end of moon day, so I hope this was a lovely conclusion to your moon day if you're here. All right, guys, let's continue to have an empowering week. This is a week before a new moon. A lot of transformations we done been persevering. So let's make sure by the time we get to the end of that weekend, we clear about how we want to establish new things in this cycle moving forward from everything we've learned from our transformations. All right. I'm about to stay up, get the timestamps popping for the previous stream, this stream. All right. And tomorrow we just gonna make it more magic, and we just praise him. We just gonna praise some more tomorrow. That's all we're gonna do. That's all the fuck we gonna fucking do. We gonna praise in and out, no matter what the fuck they say. I love y'all, family. I'm up out of here. Peace, gang.